And we're streaming. There's kind of a little delay there after you push the button. I was like, what happened?
Well, it takes
Now
a
it's
minute.
there.
All of the kilobits are just in a big pile, and they're just, and then it's just a flood. They wash over the internet, all of our kilobits, coming to you live as kilobits, but also live from Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. You can find my channel elsewhere on YouTube at Kim Fixes Things. I'm Kim. I'm here with your host and the namesake of this channel, Buff Del Campo. You have found the Buff Del Campo channel, and we are in our studio on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday again already. Do you feel like it's already? Like this is happening like rapidly? Like every Tuesday, it's Tuesday again. It's crazy stuff.
Tuesday. We had a pretty busy week, though. We did a lot up in the shop, so.
We were hammering away at this project.
If any of you were there for the Saturday Night Live, you got quite a live show. We were going after it.
There's a bunch of people here, so I'm going to rapidly award points so that we can move forward with the introduction, which seems sometimes to take a whole half hour. I don't want to do that. At 7 p.m., we have Buddy Carfano, Tavo, Mexican Spec, Tom Anderson. Oh, nope, Tom.
Tom's a 1.
Tom, you got a 1. So those three, Buddy, Tavo, and Mexican Spec, you get 3 points each. Tom Anderson, Mama M3, that's Colleen. And Crash Road Runner Garage. Let's see if anybody else got in the earlies. You guys get 2 points.
Well, Tavo's really late. He says he's there. It's Wednesday.
Have no fear, the Dougster is here. Potato. Dougster, you get a point.
You said potato before his potatoes popped up.
Potato.
Before the potatoes popped up.
And you get a point, and you get a point. Yes, we do points. And someday they'll be redemptionable for cool stuff. Redeemable?
Redeemable, maybe.
I don't think there's any redemption for me. But for points could happen. Our Mexican Spec, our moderator, is here. Thank you, Mexican Spec. Don't make Mexican Spec work too hard. That means no trouble. No trouble. Should you check under bees? I store the bees under there. The mud wasps. That's where they are. Check under your seat. Don't check under your seat for chewing gum, mud wasps. And, yeah. And discarded
Kim said
peanut
doo-doo.
shells.
I noticed that, but I didn't say anything, but Dougster did. Kim said doo-doo.
Thanks everyone for being here. We've been enjoying the YouTube stuff that we get to do here recently. Shop time, he's been a little bit mad at me because I made a mistake, started breaking off manifold bolts.
She tried to fix my car, and in fixing it, which probably needed to be done,
I opened up the proverbial can of worms.
She opened up Pandora's box or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're in it now, but that's okay. It'll be fixed at some point.
And have we resolved any other problems along the way? Little things. And last night while he was you were doing something. He was making new exhaust manifold.
I decided instead of putting bolts in that head again, I was going to put studs in it. And if studs get stuck, it's no big deal. And they're carbon steel studs. And the nuts are stainless, so stainless and carbon steel never gall. And then I'll put a little anti-seize and lock washers on it. So really, I really have it under control right now. It's just they're not all quite, it's a bunch of studs. I haven't cut them all. Did you know it is not illegal to send a hive of bees to a hospital? Really?
Thank you for that useful piece of information, Tom. I'll keep that. I'll store that away along with.
It used to
other
be
things.
TSA. The people that look at you going to the airliners. Some of the airlines had policies where you could bring an animal with you if it was a comfort animal. Not like your pet that you're transferring to somewhere, but an animal that stays with you because you need
Those
this
are my
animal for comfort.
emotional support bees.
So what happened was, I think it was in Florida, somebody brought a beehive in the airport and said that was their comfort animals. Well, that started a whole problem. So that's what that reminded me of. Start talking about beehives being allowed to be somewhere. Not allowed in the airport anymore.
Tavo suggested not to complain because it gave us something to do while entertaining your followers. Well, first of all, I don't call you guys followers because this is not a group of followers. You guys, if anything, are viewers or subscribers or assistants. A lot of times you guys are more helpful than anything else. But emotional support chat members. Speaking of that, our live stream from the shop on Saturday night was like 3 times larger than any we'd ever done.
One of the best live streams we've ever done. And I wasn't paying attention to the chat very much. I felt kind of bad about that. Kim was looking at it. I was looking at it intermittently, but mostly I was drilling and, really working. I came home. I was tired. And, but we had like over 3 times as many chats and his views. It was amazing. So
yeah, and while we were at it,
we'll probably do something similar again. And I expect we're probably gonna. It might have been because it was Saturday night too. I don't know. I really don't know, but we're gonna do it again. And it could have been because it was Raw Dog's birthday. That was that was Raw Dog's birthday.
Yeah,
maybe everybody showed up for his birthday.
That's what I was about to say, and yeah. I guess we have to do Raw Dog's birthday again next year. It was so successful, 14th. Raw Dog. Thank you for bringing your birthday party in because it just woke up the entire algorithm.
And then who was it asked? Oh, Dougster. Want to know if that's a Mazda Cosmo? No, it's not. It's not even Japanese. That's a German car. Who knows what it is? Yeah, Kim. And that's a very small car. It's a 1300cc engine, 4-cylinder, and it's got a top speed of like 107 miles an hour. So it was a fun little car, but it was made in the 60s in Germany.
Some people got commercials. Don't want to miss them.
I probably missed that.
Colleen got a You Relax ad, and Tom Anderson got a Kubota commercial. Thank you to those advertisers for supporting the stream. You guys get 2 points each. Yeah. Too fast for those tires. I would imagine so. Can you get 13-inch tires that are rated to go 107 miles an hour?
The live stream started on Raw Dog's birthday and ended on Father's Day. You're right.
That's right. I hope you all
have
happy Father's Day.
Down Under is on Father's Day the whole time. Sorry. You know what? I usually kill the first ad, and I missed it. It must have come up, and I didn't see it, and I didn't tap out of it. So
sorry about that, guys.
So you got a bunch of ads right off.
Obviously, we don't.
Dugster's upset about it.
We don't. Oh, but he got a
shark bite.
Shark bite. Did you ever use a shark? Did anybody ever use a shark bite fitting? They got an O-ring and they're like push on and
never come off.
You can get them off. There's a tool that hurts your fingers to use, but you can reuse a shark bite once or twice. They're not like infinitely reusable, but if you do it just right, you can get them off of there.
It is not an Opal.
They're quick.
It's a car you probably never heard of. I guess I'm just gonna have to tell you what it was.
It looks like it's got a Mustang sort of emblem in the center.
Let me see. I can pull up the. I have other pictures of it. There's a. Maybe you can make us a little smaller.
There it is. Oh, you want us to? You don't want to have to look at us.
Just shrink us down so we can see the car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tavo says Father's Day is nearly 3 months away down there. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Those might be little radial tires, I suspect, but I'm sure in the 60s they weren't.
I'm sure they were not rated for that speed, though.
And that one may have been in France because it has yellow headlights.
Lester LeSabre has used shark bite with good results. You know what? I did professional plumbing, And we use
There's the
shark
back end.
plates, but they're expensive. If you've got a lot of plumbing to do,
Oh,
it's not cost effective to use shark bite fittings, but for repair plumbing,
and
if you're in a hurry,
there's the name of the
good
car
stuff.
right there on the. It is a Glass GLAS 1300. It was its own thing, and eventually BMW bought it out, and so you'll see some of them that right there where that G is in the front. There's a little BMW little twin grill thing on the last couple of years of them, but it doesn't say Glass. It says Glass, GLAS. It's pronounced Glass, and I used to see them around once in a while in the late '60s. Not many of them, but a few of them around. And my mother had an employee, and her husband drove one around. It was a kind of a orange, bright orange colored one. And I used to see that thing parked. And one time she told me her husband had a Glass. I said, "Is it orange?" "Yeah, I know that car, and I know where it's parked." I told her where it was parked, and she goes, "Oh yeah, that's where he works." So it's just a little sports car from Germany, and we're supposed to be doing. It's German. It's supposed to be doing. Yeah, it Mexican spec says it looks like it's off an Opel GT, but the thing is that this was prior to Opel GT. I think these came out in '65. I think maybe in '64, maybe '65. But I think by '69 or so they were BMW, and then they were done with it. Olive says yellow headlights usually means not Belgium, France. France is where all the headlights had to be yellow until France became part of the European Union, and then couldn't do that anymore. It's not legal in the European Union. What is this? I know some gays, but we're not gonna talk
Raw
about that.
dog, they don't go out of their way to conform to your expectations.
Thank you, Mexican spec. We're not gonna talk about that in here. I'm
It,
sorry, I started
it
to talk about it.
it's probably not good car conversation. So, maybe not on a Tuesday night. We won't go there. Dougster says this weekend he's planning on going to the local pick-apart yard for a rear sway bar for a 2000 town car for shop truck. Are you going to use that sway bar on the rear of the truck?
He's using a town car?
He
That's
must
like a
have
Lincoln?
he must have found some YouTube University
Making a
sort of Frankenstein suggestions. He's going to use the rear sway bar from a 2000 town car. And he's going to put it on his shop truck. And I don't remember what Dougster's shop truck is.
Man, that does look like glass, but it's glass. GLAS.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a
Rob's
cute little,
Rods and Streetcars is here. Welcome to the stream.
cute little sports car, actually.
Yeah. Olive is here. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, okay, Raw Dog. I'll get the email here in a couple of minutes. I'll start looking at it though.
Dougster says the BMW twin grille theme is really old. He loves tradition. The BMW logo with the white triangles and blue triangles represents a white propeller spinning.
It's a propeller.
Because BMW made aviation engines, so did Benz. I remember reading that years ago. Okay, so, speaking of sending emails, most of you already know this, but I would be remiss if I did not mention that tonight's topic being small cars, mini cars, little cars, miniature maybe even, but not necessarily models, like full-size, small. Anyways, if you would like to send us images that are on topic, or if you would like to send us images of your project, something happening in your world that we can discuss or just enjoy, you can send them to buffdelcampo@gmail.com. I will quickly type in a link in the chat so you can click it in some cases or swipe it or something like that.
Raw Dog sending this. Man, it has an Oldsmobile nose, but that's a kind of a small van. Oh, you know what that is? That's a Ford van. I know by the doors and by the windshield, but it's got an Olds front end on it.
You know what?
That's sort of an interesting looking van.
I'm okay with that van. Obviously, it's very stylized and unusual, but that's kind of okay. They don't do the cab forward deal where you sit over top of the wheels anymore because of safety. But I think it's a neat looking design. You wouldn't even be allowed to build a van like that anymore.
You don't think so? How's that new Volkswagen bus look? Has it got the wheels back a little bit? I don't know.
I don't know.
There's the new, what do they call that thing? The Volkswagen Buzz, B-U-Z-Z-Z or something? Electric Volkswagen bus? New one?
You know what? I will look it up.
It's a little tiny. It's a little tiny thing too. It kind of fits in with our small cars.
Yeah, it's a small van. Uh-oh, I'm breaking stuff. Sorry, everybody.
Does everybody hear that? Ding, ding, ding. Oh, Ari's here. Man, how did I miss Ari?
Welcome to the stream,
you're
Ari.
here. Hey, how you doing? What was it last time? The Cedric? Cedric. I'm trying to remember what a Cedric is. Oh, Mexican Specs, there's a van like that down there. Really? I think somebody did some interesting body work to that thing, you know.
Okay. I apologize. I'm going to be broken for a moment here while I get my... Oh no, it's so dark. Where are we?
Pushed the wrong button.
There we are.
Oh no, the wheels are kind of forward.
That's further forward than most of the
I guess
vans.
your feet are still right about there, but yeah, it's...
But I think it's crash standards that when they put you behind the...
I don't want to ride in that during a crash test.
They got to sit you back a little bit.
Man, I got the coughs already tonight. Yeah, Danny Boyd's here. Good evening. Man. Harry says, Dan, 600 ain't bad. I missed my 6. Why do you miss your 6? You were just saying you liked your V8. I was somewhere, and you were in there. Where was it? There was a live somewhere. I saw Ari in there, and I saw, I don't know, a lot of people in there, but Ari was in there. Where was that? You were talking about that.
Luis is here. Welcome to the stream. He likes Rugrats, the movie, guys.
And Colleen says, did you say Mini? Oh, we're talking about small cars.
We're talking about little stuff.
But Mini would fit in that. Okay, I'm gonna pull up maybe one more of his cars. He's got some other ones in here that are interesting. American Motors, van that was never produced. Can you shrink that down a little bit?
Boy, that looks a lot like a Gremlin.
Looks a lot like a...
why is it so big?
I don't know. It's a huge picture.
You know what? Why. You probably made me make the screen bigger so that we could see stuff better.
Yeah, and then that happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was an American Motors thing that never made it to production. But
I mean,
it kind of looked not like the Gremlin, but like the the flying fishbowl, the Pacer.
I mean, it's definitely on brand for AMC, and obviously it's all kitted out. Like it's got side pipes and stuff like that. You don't see factory cars like that, so it's very.
But
custom.
that may have been the way they showed it to try to get some interest.
Yeah. Right. They make custom, basically custom cars, as prototypes to gauge interest.
I don't know what this is. Raw Dog Senate. I guess that's small. I don't know what it is, though. Is that a car or is that a model? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Mexican Specs says the front reminds of a Vega. Yeah, it did have Vega. Go back to that.
I'm going to go back to it.
This one,
I'm trying to close it.
So
I'm trying to close it, and it's being uncooperative. Don't know why. There.
So, how many submissions did you get in the emails tonight?
Well, right now, as usual, I have a lot from Buddy Carfano. I haven't touched them yet.
Buddy, thank you. He always sends out bunches of good stuff.
He does, right away.
Talk about. But it's
But
not fair to let his emails dominate everything.
and then there's a bunch more right now that I haven't opened yet. So Mexican Spec just sent in. Oh, this is pretty cool. He sent in one that's similar to that Ford van. It looks like, is this one you have? Is this one of your cars? Do you have for sale? Let's see. Let's see.
Luis, yes, it does look like a toy from the 50s.
Oh, look at that. That's got an upside down Ford pickup grill in it. And then they've really made the lower grill bigger. Oh, that's crazy.
Danny Boyd, I like the turbines too. Welcome to the stream, Danny. I'm going to try and keep up with the chat, but you guys are going at it.
Side doors, no handles. It's probably electric or something.
Well, you know, it's a custom van, so sometimes shaving the door handles and stuff like that is the thing. So maybe that's why.
I'm trying to control my cursor here.
I don't know.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's definitely older because it's got the engine between the seats.
Where is that? Oh, that's looking up from like the engine toward the outdoors. I see. Yeah, that's the old original Econoline dash and everything. My father almost bought one of those. I mean, he was so close. Then he bought the Chevy van when it first came out. The one after the Greenbrier, the Corvair van, the very early Chevy van that had the engine in this same location. Okay, I got emails rolling in.
Mexican Spec mentions that he will be listing a 1965 Dodge A100 with a V8 in it. That's a desirable vehicle. People like them.
Which one is this?
Do you want me to highlight it?
No. I was reading and you were talking, and then I was interested in what you're saying, and it just I just missed the whole thing.
Dougster is still spitting the knowledge. He says Audi's four-ring logo represents the four German manufacturers that merged: Audi, DKW, Horch, and Wanderer, also known as Auto Union.
Yeah, Auto Union. That's what I thought. Auto Union.
All right. Dougster's Wolverine Garage. If you guys don't know, Dougster's channel on Monday nights, he has a live stream which is very entertaining. He went for we had him on in the house in the background, like loud, while we were getting ready last night, and as we went out to the shop to get things done without streaming. Yeah, we let other people take the reins and do their streaming, and Dougster is very entertaining. So if you've never checked out Dougster's channel or his live on Monday nights, you should do that. And we thank Dougster for being here and being so entertaining, so darn entertaining and knowledgeable. It's difficult sometimes for the two of us together to run a live stream, but for Dougster on his own to do it for a couple of hours and keep it entertaining by himself for several hours is pretty impressive. Good job, Dougster. Tavo sent a small production. Is that Tavo's?
This is it. Tavo sent this. He says, we didn't get this in the States. And I'm thinking, yeah, we did. And I read his note, and it says, no, this is a 360 engine, no bulge in the hood. Yeah, ours was a 600. And ours had a little bulge in the hood.
Wait, a 360, like
360 cc's.
Like a quad would have.
Well, yeah, and like the little Subarus, they were a 360. They went down the road. I'd love to have that with a 360 and driving around.
I want to take something with a 360 on a highway. Maybe a motorcycle.
When you open the hood on the 600s, it looked like a little air-cooled motorcycle engine.
That's because the 600 is. It's just a motorcycle engine. Let's go. It's a really nice looking example. It's shiny. It's crisp. It looks very clean. Someone has done a spectacular restoration, or else it's just been sitting in a shed somewhere this whole time. Really nice.
And Colleen sent, I'm trying to get to it here. Colleen sent this. She calls that half pint. What's that apparatus in the back? That
Truck box. And it's got braids.
it does.
That's the Ram
Although-
50. Wasn't that a Mitsubishi made truck?
It's so. Oh man, they had really thick discs on the disc brakes. I remember doing brake jobs on those. They weren't ventilated. They were just huge.
Really thick.
Can you shrink that a little, Kim? Because it's not.
Yeah, for a change, we got full size
we got
images
huge
coming
pictures.
through.
Yeah,
for a
well, sometimes they
change.
be big pictures. Sometimes
I
they
gotta
have small
zoom
pictures.
them up.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we can see the whole thing. Tava says that Honda is the first of the Scamp model that got down under. They could do 72 miles an hour eventually, like downhill. What's this? Kevin Smith says, "Hi, Kevin Buff. Out rolling with my..."
Puppy dog.
That's your dog. Yeah, these are pretty nice trucks. They were
Welcome,
little.
Kevin.
They were just slightly bigger than all the others, that like the little Datsuns and Toyotas back then. And I really liked these things. I had a friend that had one of these, and his father took it for a while. He got it back, had a Toyota engine in it. It had a Toyota Super engine. His father put that in there for him. He drove that thing around for years, but he got in an accident with it. And it was trouble.
Colleen says it's a rear-mounted radiator because they've got a 318 stuffed in there and there's not enough room.
I'm thinking, what is that thing?
That's trick. All right.
I thought it was some kind of like water cannon or something. Okay, it's a radiator. Yeah,
I just thought it was
up
some
there.
kind of tools or equipment sitting back there.
You got any pictures under the hood?
Those are really desirable as like a bracket racer sort of car or truck because they're full frame, but it's a very light frame. And then people started wanting a bunch of money for them, and it's just a little truck. Come on. The mini trucks, I am a fan of mini trucks. I like trucks. I like big trucks. I like little trucks.
Okay, Raw Dog, you sent me a whole bunch of movies. I'm not going to play a bunch of movies.
Mexican Spec says, Kim, watch and learn. You can do the same with your Bronco 2. Speaking of the Bronco 2, this is news. This is new because you guys are not aware of. I have made no updates on the Bronco 2, but I finished the manifold and put that on. You guys knew about that. But immediately I needed some work on like spark, electrical system.
Like there was no spark.
There's no wiring, right? So he and I did some spitballing, and last night I finally had proof of concept. I spun on the bench with wires, big bird's nest of wiring. I spun the distributor and fired sparks out of my custom-made 2.9 so we used a cheap OptiSpark clone, and I sort of shoehorned it into the distributor, and now it has OptiSpark, and I should be able to put that in the engine and make the engine run with no computerization.
I can't believe what she did. You got this. What did you call it? An OptiSpark. It's like a little.
Like was it Mallory that used
Mallory Unilite pickup like looking thing, and she made all a breaker plate out of steel, and she made everything inside that new distributor. And now it's like a Unilite in there. She made a little upside down thing with holes in it that spins and makes the spark work. It's amazing.
And we already know that engine. I had it running in the other vehicle before. Before I pulled it, I ran it to test it. It runs up to temperature, does not overheat or anything like that. So I know that engine is good, has compression and timing and all the things that it needs. So now we have a fuel system, a spark system. I am nuts and bolts away from it being a running vehicle again. So hopefully we do not have to transplant another different engine in it, but you never know. Mama M3 says the engine is currently out. Well, it'll get back in there. Why is it out? Getting rebuilt, probably. Those engines engines for the Dodges are pretty easy to get. A
Josh
friend of
Holman.
mine bought a new 1987 Dodge D50. They were giving them away. Yeah, oh, when they were new, they were very affordable. You know,
So that is this is one of Buddy Carfano's he sent in.
it's so little.
Smart for two.
There's a couple of those parked in a driveway on a street up the way that I go past them. Two of them in the same house, like somebody has them, and they would be great.
Here's another one for Buddy
Great for
Carfano.
around town.
This one is, I think of small cars as being like a PT Cruiser is a small car. And like that little glass that I just showed, that was a small car. But then Buddy Carfano sends this in. Is that a car?
No. You know what this looks like? It looks like an enclosed like hover round. Like one of those handicap accessible.
It looks like
carts.
Little car.
No.
It's got a windshield wiper.
No. This isn't even a golf cart. Look how little those tires are.
It looks like it's got a little pokey thing coming out the other side so you can move the windshield wiper to the other side. I don't know what and it's got suicide doors. That's crazy. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. When you run the windshield
wipers, the wheels slow down. Come on now.
Oh, it's an L. Can you read that? I can't read it.
I would be nervous driving a Smart too, even in the city. There's just what can we read?
Underneath that, on that screen, you can read what this is. Yeah, what is that? It's under my head. Weird. Alibaba. It's something from China. It's something from China you can buy from Alibaba.
It's one of Alibaba cars. Somebody actually bought one, I guess, because they have photos of it. I'm sure it cost more than it was worth, even though it was cheap, and there's a good reason.
Here's another one, Buddy Carfano sent in. Now this I really like because it's a TR7, but it's a wagon. I never knew there was a TR7 wagon. But maybe somebody, it looked like there was another one in the picture below. So maybe that was a production thing. We didn't get them here. I know that.
There was the back end of one down there.
Yeah, there's a red one down there.
Oh, a red one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a
couple
wagon.
Different versions of it.
So maybe there was a TR7 wagon. I kind of like that thing. I think that's kind of cute.
Josh Human said, I played with cars bigger than that when I was a kid. And somebody said it would roll over forward when you hit the brakes. No, you're not going fast enough.
Maybe it doesn't have front.
Forward.
Maybe it doesn't have front brakes.
It just come to a stop. You know what I mean? Like it's not. No.
I'm downloading Kim. That's why I'm quiet over here. I'm sorry.
Danny Boyd. That's silly.
Crashes Roadrunner Garage sends in another small pickup. Oh, that's big, Kim. Can you shrink this?
Oh, that's a Rampage pickup, right?
Yeah, but it's the Plymouth. What was the Plymouth called? Was it also called a Rampage? I don't know. But
there was a Dodge and a Plymouth?
Yeah, I like those. That's another car I thought about buying, but I didn't.
It doesn't look like a truck from that angle.
Remember that one? There's one that I had a picture of that I wanted to buy, but I didn't. It's right when I was leaving Arizona. So I just what I needed was more cars.
Did they call the Plymouth a scamp? Maybe they did.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm looking here. I'm looking.
Kevin's been out in the rain with the soggy doggy.
Because this is one here that was out in Arizona.
Oh, look at that. You found yours.
That's the one I wanted to buy because somebody chopped a top on it. It was like, oh, man. And they put the 68 Charger side marker lights on it. But I really liked that car because it had chopped top. But, it was a bad time for me. I had too many cars and I was moving to Tennessee and I just, I couldn't move all that stuff. So it sat there.
Yeah, all that stuff.
But there's one without a chop top. They both look nice.
Yeah, it's got the tonneau cover. I don't know. At that point, wouldn't it be better maybe just to be a station wagon?
When I was thinking about buying a new one, the guy at the dealership, it was a Plymouth dealership, it's Chrysler Plymouth, so I know it wasn't Dodge, it was the Plymouth. And he was saying to me, I knew him real well. He goes, "Don't buy this little tiny truck. What are you ever going to put in there?" Well, I had a radiator shop, and I used to deliver radiators and gas tanks around. Perfect, you know, it was just perfect size truck for that. And but I ended up buying a either a Pinto or a Bobcat. I think I bought a Bobcat wagon, converted it to a little, you know, the little van, and I ended up having a fleet of those things. But that's what I had instead of that. I would have had car payment and everything on this. I'm glad I didn't do it. Also, says that TR7 wagon is what I'd like to do with most roadsters. Man, you know another car you might like, Olive. Remember what was the little Nissan coupe? It was a little hatchback, but you could also get it with a wagon top. I've got one of those wagon tops out
He
behind the
does.
shop because I wanted one of those. Um, Olive, what's that thing called? I bet you know. Somebody will know. What's that little tiny Nissan called? I'm trying to find. I don't know if I have a picture of one. Um, Ads. We got ads.
The Chevy pickup here is smaller than that even.
Oh, Pulsar. Nissan Pulsar. Oh, now there's probably commercials running.
I'll bring it up.
Nissan Pulsar, and there's a wagon top for it. And I really like those. And I got the top. Yeah, Mexican Spec and Buddy Carfano both got it. So, yeah, there it is. I was thinking that's something that Olive would like. Man, I wanted one of those. I wanted one so bad that I found a top, so I got the top, and it's out behind the shop, but I never got the car.
Wow. Cyber Pulsar. Where'd it go? There it is. Modular wagon.
Yeah,
Everything
the one I
old
have is
is
that color.
new again.
The one I have is that color.
Kevin Smith got a Bob Evans ad. You get 2 points for that, Kevin Smith. Anybody else who got an ad, if you tell us about it, we'll give you points. Bob Evans. Have you ever been to a Bob Evans?
Probably a long time ago.
That's a good place to get breakfast.
Blue Grit was saying when I was at LRE Lambros Race Engineering, we worked on a Rampage land speed record car. Wow, that seems like a weird one to use for land speed record. Oh, it says they looked a little janky, but that's the idea. Yeah, I like those cars a lot. I really like those Pulsar NX little wagons.
That's so unusual to me that I think the only Pulsars that I ever saw were like the ones all the way down in the bottom corner of the screen.
Yeah, that they did. That's a hatchback, and that hatch just unbolts. You can bolt that on there. I think that's cool. Cool as it gets, you know. So you could actually have both.
Oh, that's like a conversion that bolts on.
And it came from Nissan that way. Yeah.
I've never seen one in the
Most of them didn't have the wagon top. Most of them just had the hatchback.
Huh.
Oh, it says, yeah, they're a bit slow. Yeah, I don't care about the speed anymore. I mean, if you want to make them faster, you probably could. But most of the driving I did was 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles at a time going down the road, pointing it down an interstate, you know. And, you know, at that point, you don't need something fast. You need it fast enough to get on an on-ramp and not get run over. But it would do that. 4-speed or 5-speed, whatever it was, it just keep it in its power band. Hit belongs here. Hello?
Colleen says, speaking of chargers, that she met a lady at O'Reilly's restoring her dad's 70 Charger. And she's given her channel a shout out. Mitch's Law.
Where is this?
So if you guys want to support a woman restoring her dad's 70 Charger on YouTube, check that out. Maybe she'll join in community. and become a friend. Show us her car, maybe entertain us now and then with a live stream or some long form content.
Mexican Spec. I
That'd be
will
cool.
look at that car when we're all done here.
What
But yeah,
car?
he said that he has a Pulsar NX for sale down there,
Uh-oh.
a red one, which it
Don't
kind
get
of
him
looks like.
started.
Don't get me started. Yeah,
He
just when I
can't
need.
afford it, but he'll tell me about it all the time if he really likes something.
It's like that. It's like that. Another. There's two other cars Mexican Spec had. What did he call it? I'd call it a Matador coupe, but he calls it a AMX or something. Okay, Mexican Spec. This one's for you. Buddy Carfano sent this. It's a hearse. But we're talking about small cars now, but it's a hearse. So I got to show it. Kim, you're going to have to swap pictures here
Oh, that's right. I'm on my screen. Let's see.
and then zoom in a little bit. That's a small car hearse.
Wait a
It
minute.
was made with a Nissan Leaf. I guess the driver just sits next to the casket.
Sits in the casket, I guess. Is it like remote control or something?
Yeah, it's a driverless. Oh
It's
my
gotta. It
God.
would have to be driverless.
Oh no, I think the guy's sitting next to it. Is he sitting next to it?
Oh. Okay, it's European, so he's driving from the other
I
side.
don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's got
That
British
sort of
license
makes
plates
sense.
on it. So
Are you allowed to call people midgets? I guess it depends on how they identify.
midget would mean like small. That's not a person.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's a car called a King Midget.
Colleen, yeah, make sure because the other thing is a lot of us have friends who have Mopars, so there's endless depth of potential for like helping them find parts and knowledge about how to do the restoration and stuff like that. So it's a two-way street, right? We make a friend, they make a friend. That's how things grow. So thank you for shouting her out,
Mexican Spec.
Colleen.
No class. He likes a giant hearses. Okay. And then Buddy
Big horses,
Carfano sent
yeah.
this in. This one's for Kim.
Yeah.
You bought a blue one of those.
Oh, is
What?
it an MK3? It looks like it's a little bit newer, but
It's a
that's
Spitfire.
very much the body style of the car that we have completely disassembled at this point.
You know what the frame looks like on that. So do I.
Yeah, it's got the X and everything like that. That is a really little car. It's deceptive. But when you go to sit in it, that car's just, you're sitting on the ground.
Drive it from the casket.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
you have to lay on top of the casket and drive the car.
When I'm dead, get me one of those so I can drive around.
Yeah, three-wheeled motorcycle hearse is, I don't think the only way you can get any smaller than that.
Like I've seen them here make a Mustang into a hearse, a Camaro into a hearse, but nothing this ugly. Oh man. But Carvana found some interesting small cars. That's got to be one of them. Oh, here's another one. It's a small truck. Oh, here we go. A small truck from Buddy Carfano.
The shop here made a hearse out of a Mustang, like a 2005 model, and it is not cute. I guess if you did a really good job, but sports cars as hearses is just a little tacky, right? They're supposed to be the elegant sort of luxury sort of sedans converted into hearses. It's like I don't know. What do I know? My
Dougster's
opinion is
going to
nothing.
San Antonio in the late fall to bring home some rust-free body parts. Sell in a state where rust never sleeps. Yeah, or go to Phoenix or Yuma, Arizona. Same thing there. I mean, things there are so dry they won't have paint on them, but they won't have the sun will burn the paint off, but there won't be any rust. It's amazing. Mexican Spec says tonight is viewers' photos, right? What's all the small cars? Hey, yeah, how many of you had small cars? I asked for photos, you send in photos, but send in photos of your own small cars or big cars, I don't care.
What is our smallest car?
The smallest car we have is probably the Triumph.
The Spitfire.
The Spitfire, which is going to be it'll be a little tiny, I don't know what it is now. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's little. It really is. What's the size of the motor? Is it 1300 cc? You'd think I'd
I think
know
it's
this stuff.
1200. I think it's 1200.
I know all about certain cars. Some of the cars that we own, I know everything about them. But that
That
Spitfire,
aluminum car with
uh,
1200 cc's, it'll be faster than we ever care to go. Here's one. I had friends that had these things when we were young. It's a bug-eyed Sprite. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like a Cushman. Yeah, maybe it's something Saigon kind of thing. Yeah, hippie long. Yeah, we had that TR7 up earlier, and I went back down to it. It was a TR7 wagon, which I didn't know there was such a thing. I thought it was some custom-made thing, and Kim looked it up, and there were a bunch of them. So apparently, it was something that we just didn't get in the U.S.
Dougster says we know the cost and profit margin already. Now, Dougster, I'm sure that that is nothing that other people have not tried already. So just to don't get in too deep, but I mean, if you want to go anyways, that's kind of maybe a way to sort of fund it. But also too, you want to like maybe see if you can like take orders. Like if you know somebody who's working on some like networking, right? Like who has cars that they need parts for, and what parts are they looking for, and make sure you're bringing back stuff that you're not going to just have unless you need them.
Yeah,
What you want.
when I was in the Air Force, I first went in. There was a guy I was in school with in Illinois, and he had one of those. He had a bug-eye Sprite, and then we something happened to it. We couldn't fix it. Where school was almost over, we got a tow bar and got it behind my '62 Ford and towed it to his uncle's house in Ohio. And then his father came. He was from New Jersey. His father came from New Jersey with another tow bar and towed it back to New Jersey. So then he and I never saw each other again. I talked to him a couple of times, but we really we were pretty good friends there. But okay, then there's another one here that Buddy Carafano sent in. A small British car called a Peel. Peel. I don't know.
That's not a car.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It was.
No.
It was. What's his name? The guy we watched that used to do the Top Gear. The guy that had the farm. What was his name? Kim.
Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson. He was driving one of these around.
This is the cab of a tractor with
They sawed it off.
go-kart tires on the front.
They
That's
sawed it
this.
off.
Where is there even a motor in it? It doesn't even look like it has a motor.
Okay. Oh, here's okay.
It's a push car.
Inspector Bruce sent something in,
Duck
and
shirt?
there's some more. I got some more emails, so I'm downloading. People maybe sent pictures of their own cars.
Dougster says his smallest car was a 91 Jetta. That was probably a tight fit, Dougster, for you to squeeze into. You are not a tiny man. That is a small car for you to use as a car. And Gearhead has said he had a 98 Cavalier. I did pull up a 98 Cavalier.
Kim, oops.
That was a value car, like a little 4-cylinder car. Those things were all over the place for a little while. Remember those little Chevy Cavaliers?
Talo says
they were small cars.
50cc that Peel. 50cc two-stroke driving the single back wheel on the Peel.
That's crazy. See, that's not a car. You can't have a car with a 50cc engine.
Why not?
It was a go-kart.
Well, Jeremy Clarkson was driving one around.
That
Okay,
doesn't
can you pull up the pictures here and then shrink it down so it fits?
No. I was talking about Chevy Cavalier.
Okay, well, that's good.
You took over the stream. What do you think you are? The namesake of the channel or something?
We have people asking for cars that they actually own. And Inspector Bruce sent in a car he actually owned.
All right.
There it is. And you know what I see there?
Thanks for sending your picture, Bruce.
Inspector Bruce, you must have taken that picture while you were in the Air Force, because I can see the water tower behind you. So anyway.
Oh, he knows where the picture is.
I don't know which Air Force base, because Bruce got the more typical military kind of assignment, where he got transferred around here and there and got to go to a bunch of different bases. I got stuck at Travis Air Force Base for 10 years, and the only way I could get out of there was TDYs, one at a time, go here, go there kind of thing. So I did get to move around a bit, but I never got any good PCS, uh, change of stations. But that's his Fiat 124. Oh, that's at Ellsworth. Wow, that's in South Dakota. That's pretty cool. Okay, he also sent in, I think he
Cool.
sent in something else.
Thank you so much for sending the picture in. Look, he's
Okay,
got
so
the
now-
small car. He's on brand.
So now we're actually showing small cars that people owned, which is what Mexican Spec asked. And here we go. Mexican Spec sent in a couple. Probably not that he owns, but he knows where you can get. Oh, I like these. I'm downloading them. I'm excited about this one.
Uh-oh, something sad.
Sad.
Oh, Tavo says that a Cavalier that Cavalier, a 98 Cavalier, would be considered a mid-sized car.
I think here
Really?
it might be considered as a mid-sized car here by now.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I guess the cars have gotten a lot bigger, haven't they?
They've done a lot of like cab forward sort of development where the wheels go way out to the corners, and then the I don't know, what do you mean by small? That Cavalier had very small passenger compartment and space.
Small inside, big on the outside.
Little.
Thick doors.
There's a seat inside but there was more doors and fenders and stuff like that than there was passenger compartment. But now they take the same overall like length, and you've got a lot more space. So what is small has changed a lot.
Oh, I did something. I don't know what I did. Okay.
Can I make myself another cup of coffee? Do you think you can manage a moment through some of these photos?
Okay, so here's a little pickup Mexican Spec's talking
yes?
about. These little Chevy pickups in Mexico.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I said go. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. I'll be
hear me?
right back. I'm going to make myself a beverage. We're about an hour in. Make sure you have snacks, something to drink. We're going to be at it for a while. So make sure you're comfortable. We don't have to rush. Hey, we don't have to rush.
Dougster brought some up. AMC had a prototype car called the Cavalier. Its front and rear were the same, hood and trunk. Also, the doors were opposite. I remember that car. Yeah, it was a Fiat 124. That's Inspector Bruce. He and I were friends in the Air Force back in 1973, and we kind of lost track of each other for a while and then found each other. Then he started coming in here and sharing all this stuff. And so when I knew him, he didn't have a car. We were in school together in the Air Force, and I had bought a 62 Ford, big Ford Galaxy, and he and I went all over the place in that thing. And then since then, he had cars, everywhere he went, and starting to show them to us. That's good. Yeah, this little Mexican Chevy pickup. I like these. Man, I like these. I've never driven one, but I like the way they look. I like small stuff. Man. Oh, this is a German car, Corsa, that would be sold there. Okay, so that's a German car. I didn't know that was a German car. Is that a Corsa? Was that done by Opel? Or is it something separate? Yeah, this is the Chevy. I think it's called a Corsa in Mexico. That's right. They call it a Tornado in Mexico. That's what I've seen. When I was in Algodones, used to go to Algodones, little town, border town in Mexico. Go there a lot. And I remember seeing those things that said Tornado on them. Tavo says, yes, ours were a Spanish-built Opel Corsa. Not Tornado, Tornado. That's a nice toy truck. You know how good that would be just for running around here for getting parts and, oh man, you probably wouldn't use much gas. Yeah, look at the interior. That was kind of messy, but I don't know. Kind of like that little instrument cluster, and I don't know. Especially with a manual transmission, I'd drive that around. Try to get something with a manual transmission today. I guess there might be a few. Reminds me of the new Santa Cruz. Yeah, the Santa Cruz is a lot bigger car, though, I think. I've seen the Santa Cruzes around. They could look kind of narrow and tall from what I can remember. Okay, here's more from Mexican Spec. I'm downloading. I know I'm not paying attention to the chat while I'm downloading, but he sent a bunch of pictures, and I'm trying to grab them all. If I grab them all at once, they go into a zip file, and then I got to unzip them and everything. So instead of that, I just download each one separately. It takes less time. Like you really need to know that. Okay, more from Mexican Spec. Here we go. Sure, everybody knows what this is, although they might not know what year it is. Man, look at that, with the lights down in the bumper. Is the windshield curved on that? Almost looks like the windshield's curved. Yeah, Spain drives on the left side of the road. Here in the United States, people drive on the right side of the road and the left side of the road. Wait a minute, hippie long. Spain drives on the left side. No, they don't. They drive on the right side. Spain? They drive. All the European Union drives on the right side of the road, I think. And of course, the exception was England when they were part of the European Union, but they're no longer part of the EU. Mexican Spec, what are you talking about? Spain drives on the left side. Yeah, this is a pretty good looking little car. Interesting upholstery. Doug says, I dig that green bug. You know it can be yours. Oh, the steering wheel's on the left side of the car, not the wrong side. Yeah, here in the U.S., they're on the left side mostly. But people drive on both the left and the right side of the road. And if you think I'm kidding, just drive down the road and see where people are. They'll be poking at their phone and the car's just ballistic. You better watch out for those people. I like that deep jade color on a lot of cars. Yeah, that does look good on that. It looks good with those wheels too. Yeah, Dougster, you can buy that from Mexican Spec. That'd be a fun ride too. Drive that back up from Mexico. Kind of miss the sound of a Beetle makes. You know what a Beetle always sounded like to me? It sounded like chains dragging behind a car. It just sounded like, just close your eyes and listen, and it sounds like chains dragging behind a car, until I put a good exhaust on it.
Dang, are those things little? When I was younger, I didn't think they were so small.
What's that?
Those Volkswagens. When we go to the car show and I stand next to one, I'm like, oh my
It
gosh,
was a small
little.
car. It was a small car.
So little.
Nixon Spec says that's a reason to have a big car, Buff, not a small car. But I like small cars. But I don't like going down the road with these 3/4 ton trucks that are 4-wheel drive jacked up.
It's a contest to it, the biggest stupid one.
Yeah, one person in it going down the road. And driving like an asshole, And now I got to change the YouTube category or something. Dougster, I can hardly get in, Lady Dougster's Super Beetle passenger seat. I can't drive it. Yeah, I knew a guy that was a cop, and he couldn't fit in the police cars. Same kind of thing. He was huge. Not only was he big, but he was like 6'10" or something. Maybe he was 7 feet tall. He was a big dude. So they took one police car, and they used the mid-sized Chryslers then. I don't know what they were. Monaco's or something in the late 70s. And they unbolt the seats and they drilled new holes and they moved the seat back. And his car, the car he drove, was that one, and didn't have a cage in it. He put prisoners up front with him, and it was like, who's gonna mess with him? His arms and his hands were bigger than most people's legs, but he could drive those cars with the seat moved back. So maybe you could do that with a Volkswagen. Okay, I got to check my email. Oh, what's this? Gearhead. Datsun B210s were tiny. I had a friend that had a B210. And he had that thing for years, but then his family, he had a big family. And then as his family got bigger, they got bigger cars. They started getting station wagons.
I'll look up the Datsun.
Which Datsun? The B210?
Well, that's the one you mentioned.
Yeah, look up the B210. While I'm looking for, there's more emails coming in. I got a lot of emails coming in, so I got to look at some of them. Let's see here. Tavo sent in something here.
Here's the B210. That is a little car.
See that blue one right there? It says B210GX?
Yeah.
My friend, Gary, the guy that he's in Idaho. Theirs was identical to that. Just the same wheels, same color, everything.
I click on it. It's the same little picture.
But then, I don't know. So,
same wheels and everything?
So then what happened was he bought it new. And he was one of these guys that everything had to be just so. He'd come home from work, open his hood, take Q-tips and Armor All, and he'd go around the edges of the radiator hoses and the heater hoses and wipe everything off. And eventually, an hour later, we would be over there talking. He'd close the hood. It was good enough. And the next night, he'd come home, same thing, open it up, Armor All, and the Q-tips. That car, he opened up the hood. It looked better than the day he bought it. But then his family started getting bigger, and he bought a used station wagon and replaced it. Oh man! And then what was funny was it wasn't running real good. The wagon, it was a Malibu wagon with a small V8 in it. It wasn't running real well. And he opened up the hood and took the air cleaner off, and the whole outside the air cleaner, there was evidence of some mouse being in there, and between the air cleaner element and the outside of the air cleaner is just full of dog food. So some rodents had been picking up his dog food and putting it up there in his air cleaner, choked it down to the point where the car wouldn't run anymore. Jeez. He was so embarrassed. He goes, I can't believe my car's got dog food in the air cleaner. He freaked out because he wanted everything clean up till he bought that thing. As a used car, he couldn't keep it clean anymore. Oh, God. That's funny. Let's see what else. Got a couple of them from Tavo. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, here we go. But you're going to have to bring it up because you got... This is from Tavo, Down Under, which is kind of cool because it's a mirror image. No, it's not. The driver sits on that side. Look at the direction the windshield wipers go. Big wide license plate frame. That's a Down Under.
There's a lot of cars that I don't think I would have considered buying new, but as a used car, they're just more desirable.
Is that a Super Beetle? Because the tread width didn't look that wide, but it sets up a little high and it's got a curved windshield. What the heck?
I think it's super.
Oh yeah, because the Super Beetle, though, tread width in the front was a little bit wider, but it's got the small turn signals on the top, the running lights. Oh, this is
curious.
Got to tell us about this, Tavo.
I owned a Super Beetle, but I never was able to drive it because it had too much rust. But I had a regular Beetle for a little while. It was pretty rotten too. The cars up north.
Yeah, Mexican spec. Yeah, I'm looking at the windshield. I'm looking at the front sits a little bit higher and all that. But then I saw the little turn signals on the top of the fenders, and the Super Beetles always had the big ones. But then I look in the back, and the taillights are huge. So it's kind of got some. There's some little differences. Down Under car.
My Volkswagen Beetle, the floors were so... Actually, it was the rockers. The outer rockers were so rotten that the seats were leaning against the pillar because the floors were
Floors were so bad.
They were
that seat floor
sloping
lean.
from the center.
You might drop out the bottom of that thing.
Well, when it rained, and if you drove through the rain, the water would come into the car through the
What is
floors.
this? Kevin Smith, the green blue dots, and he painted this winter. I'm not sure who.
They were talking about Cold War motors, and we don't watch a lot of Cold War motors.
I don't watch much of it at all.
You know, I don't know why, because they're friends with a lot of people.
Well, Tavo said
It's a
later.
Canadian place.
Later got the bumper mounted turn signals. See, we never got that here.
No.
They just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, they were down low, little bullet ones, and then like in the 50s, and then they got up on top of the fenders and they got bigger, 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 and they're gone from the U.S. We never saw the bumper mounted turn signals. We got ads coming in about a half a minute. Oh. While I'm downloading emails.
Oh, they installed Mexican fenders front and rear. I see. On the Bring a Trailer one. Dougster says he never misses Cold War motors. It's a Saturday tradition. Well, you know,
Man, I watch.
I'm always expanding my itinerary of things to watch and do. So I'll check it out.
I watch some automotive stuff. Oh, here we got the ads. I can't talk.
Why? What's wrong?
Because I don't want to be overrun by the ads. I let the ads play.
Well, you know, in the replay, it just cuts us off, plays the ad, and then we come back to the exact moment. So you can't have dead air.
Well, they know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Kevin Smith, I'll be back. Got to make dinner. Dougster, Culver's ad. Culver's a great place. You ever eat at Culver's?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh man, it's a good place.
You never take me anywhere.
There's no Culver's. Oh, maybe. There is a Culver's in. Is there a Culver's here? Yeah, there's a Culver's in Clarksville.
Dougster, you get 2 points for your ad. Gearhead got an SD Bullion ad, so he gets 2 points. Cool. Thank you to the advertisers for supporting our channel. We're streaming to you with over 5,000 bits per second. That's a lot of bits.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Every one of these little dots that is color on your screen is a bit, right? And like, we're sending you a lot of those, and it changes over time. That takes a lot of work for the internet. And I know it's expensive to send all those bits around, right? So advertisers pay for that. We're thankful. Okay, moving on.
Another one from Buddy Carafano.
Ford Festive. It's a Ford.
I have never driven the Festiva.
It's a Festiva. Do you remember the commercial?
No.
It's a Ford. It's a
and then
Festiva.
Hippie Long says his small cars with Fiat X19, 4 of them, 2 Super Bravos, Ford Fiesta, and Dodge 024 TC3. Can't remember which. The TC3 was a Plymouth. So, do you have any pictures of those X19s? I really like X19s.
I will bring up a picture of it. Fiat Echo. That's where the power of the internet allows me to bring up pictures of things. So I will do that.
Yeah, Tavo, I just downloaded it. That he's telling me he sent this, and I'm bringing it up. Oops! Except it's huge. It's a Volkswagen L. Down under they have an L.
L.
What's that mean? Left? That's left. Drive on the left side of the road. But yeah, Kim, Culver's dislike greatness in above fast food grade travel food, etc. You can get like anything you want to. A friend of mine took me to Culver's in Phoenix, Arizona. And he goes, let's go to Culver's. I'm like, what's that? He goes, oh, you'll love it. We get there, and it was an excellent burger. And it's like, oh, man, do I like that. But I don't go we don't go out and eat much, you know.
It's expensive.
We mostly eat here. Yeah, we put our money into cars.
We got to save all our monies to try and fix our cars. That's right.
I
Oh, those
remember
were all the rage for a while. Gearhead, like the pretzel buns. Everybody had pretzel buns, and man, they are yummy.
man,
But
what is
they
it?
must have been expensive or not very
Taste
widely accepted because they didn't go over.
taste of pretzels just is, I don't know what it is. Not my favorite thing.
What's
They're
wrong with you?
they're
You
okay,
don't
but
have to like
I don't really like the
pretzels.
taste of pretzels very much.
I do. Wow, they're yummy. Why would you not get pretzel bun?
Josh Holman says, two of my friends had Festivas. They were red, his and hers. Luis, did you ever see Speed Trap from 1977 movie? Not sure I have.
See, we missed movies. Cause Luis mentioned another movie, and they were car movies. And we did movie cars a couple weeks ago, and I don't remember anybody mentioning those movies. So we
That
missed some. We're gonna have to do movie cars again.
that live we did with the TV and movie cars, that's probably the busiest I've ever been with people sending pictures and movie and TV.
Hmm.
That was amazing how much interaction we had on that. And I didn't when I was setting that up, I didn't think we were going to get anything. Oh, here's one. This one's from
Oh
Buddy Garfunkel.
wait! Before you go to the Fiat,
Wait a minute.
we were supposed to look at the Fiat
Oh,
X19.
okay, show the
Remember?
Fiat X09. Okay.
Because it'll get lost in the dish.
Man, I like those. Those are so much fun, but they're so old now. And they didn't hold up real well, you know,
Oh,
sadly.
I like this. Is a pretty nice view of this one. What kind of engine did they have?
Some little four-cylinder, I don't remember.
Yeah, little four cylinder can be fun.
Especially
People.
when it's between the seats and the back wheels. It's under that black thing.
Oh, it's a rear.
It's
a
a
mid-engine.
mid-engine car. It's like a Porsche 914. It's like a toy 914. It's actually more fun than the 914.
Look at this. This one has the side.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
a race car.
A bar. A bar.
Bar.
Whatever. Okay, we can go back to what you were doing now.
Okay, Talos says, oh, it was a trim level. Trim level. Not sure what the other trim levels were. Ah, Mexican Spec also had an X19. Got any pictures of it? Also, she's been airborne in one of these ones.
What?
I've been airborne in a lot of things, but not so much in cars.
See, that would have the weight ratio though, where you wouldn't go flipping over or nothing like that because it's mid-engine.
Can you?
Boy,
Maybe I can do
I don't
this.
know. Jumping cars seems really dicey as an adult. As a kid, like, yeah, we got airborne. Like, yikes.
Trying to see what Mexican Spec put up a.
Charger.
Oh, somebody asked about a Charger. Oh,
Luis said he
did.
likes a 71 Charger.
So I brought up this link that,
Okay,
that
let me
Mexican Spec
Throw it over.
sent.
Here. Throw it out.
I saw this car that Mexican Spec had.
You saw it?
I saw it on his, something he posted. Might have been on YouTube. Might have been on. I think it was on YouTube.
Special Mexican one.
So it is the.
Chargers are desirable cars.
Is that the one with the 360 in it? I think that one had a 360. If I remember the thing that I.
Somebody's gonna snatch that up.
And then, Buddy Carafano sent this.
Is it a Nash?
Did Buddy Carafano sent that? What's that license plate?
57 Metro.
Yeah, but what
Washington?
is it? But it's a wide plate, like down under. But obviously, it's a left-hand drive car. Who sent this? Buddy Carafano sent it, right?
Well, it's a Wikipedia picture, so they must have just pulled it off of the internet at large.
Yeah. So but it's weird because the steering wheel's on the left side, but it's got Western Australia, I think, license plate. Kids in the country still go ditch jumping up here at Gearhead. Yeah. Tavo, I had a lime green X19. Oh, 124th scale plastic. Okay. Man, I never had one of those. Oh, Inspector Bruce says, my Fiat 124 Spider got airborne on a hill in San Francisco. Well, you can make that mistake in San Francisco. Anybody ever driven in San Francisco? There's hills that are steeper than they should be, and then they flatten out where there's a cross street, and then you go back down again. Yeah.
It's like that in Pittsburgh and certain places too. Pittsburgh has some of the steepest streets in the United States.
I was going to.
It's competitive. It's a competitive thing. Street steeping. Can you imagine paving a street that's like more than 45 degrees
Oh, it
steep?
starts running down. Okay, see this car right here? I want to know if anybody notices the difference between that Nash Metropolitan and this one, which Kim's going to have to recenter it, and that one, which is basically the same car, but it's a different car. I suspect they had great colors on the Metros. Yeah, I remember those things were, when I was a kid, those things were all over the place. I think they sold fairly well, and they were everywhere. Reading, Pennsylvania is steep as well. I didn't know that. I've never been there. Or maybe I was when I was a little kid. I think I was when I was a little kid, but Hill and Mandan up by Old High School. Thrill Hill. Yeah, that sounds like a place. Thrill Hill. Buddy Carvon says a hood scoop. I don't know. Is the hood scoop different?
Yeah, I think
That's not what I was looking at. I was looking at the logo in the middle of the grill.
2 points, buddy. It has a hood scoop.
But did the other one have a hood scoop?
No. No, it did not. No,
You're right. You're right.
It wasn't what you were talking about.
But that's not what I was talking
I
about.
gave him points.
But I was talking about the logo in the middle of the grill. Because this is a Hudson. Because when Hudson and Nash got together and became AMC, that's when this car came out, and there was a Hudson version of it, which there weren't very many of, and there was a Nash version. So the Nash Metropolitan, I really don't know what they called the Hudson. It may have been a Hudson Metropolitan, I don't know, but it was a Hudson, which is kind of, and I think that's a pretty rare car. So, enough of my trivia.
Hippie Long suggests that we look up the Pagoda Hill climbs in Reading. I'll do that while you're doing other stuff.
Tahoe says, yeah, Aussie vanity plate on that Metropolitan. We allow left-hand drive cars over 30 years old, but only limited use. See, in here we don't have any restriction on that. You can have a right-hand drive car. There aren't many around. But like a lot of post office vehicles are right-hand drive, so that they can pull up to mailboxes in the rural areas. But then they end up out on the street. Okay, I'm going to show another one of my small cars. Not my car, but one I brought up. Kim, can you shrink that a little? Because I can't shrink it any further.
Yeah. No. That's it. That's as small as
They
I can
did make a Metro wagon, Mexican spec, but there weren't very many of them. I don't know if I've ever seen one other than in pictures. Does anybody know what that is? Somebody will know what that is. Who's going to get, how many points they get for naming that car?
1 or 2, 3. I don't know. How many are in the pool?
Do you know what it is? Yes, the Metropolitans were British cars with like an American style Nash looking body on it.
It's a single seater. It's like a enclosed motorcycle.
That's a two-seater.
It ought to be a sidecar. It ain't even big enough to be a car.
That's not a nice setup. You climb over you put the top down, climb over the top to get in it, and it's a two-seater. There's a front seat and a back seat. Mexican spec got it right. Of course.
Good. Mexican spec, you get 5 points for saying
Messerschmitt. Ah, look at all the people who said. One of them said Metro.
Right. Everybody else who took the time to type that out gets 2 points. Buddy Hippie and Lester LeSabre.
Yeah, so
Measures.
Louise says, what's that? It's a
Ooh.
Messerschmitt made in Germany after World War II, like in the early 50s up through maybe 1960-ish. Where I grew up, there were 2 of them. There was a red one and a white one, and the guy had the 2 of them for sale for $400 for both of them. And I had the money at the time, and I kind of wanted them,
but it was too much money.
But it was like,
it's just a silly thing.
What do I want that for? And then somebody
Hippie
else.
Long says it looks French.
Somebody else bought
and that's not a good thing.
It's German. You remember in the World War II, the Messerschmitt airplanes that were really rough to fight against? This is what they made after World War II.
I mean, it's a curious thing. Like, oh yeah, look at that. But what would you do with it? Just trip over
a friend that wants one of those. It's not even a motorcycle. It's like a motor scooter.
You trip over it in the back of the garage.
It's like a
What are you going to do with it?
It's like a motor scooter in the back.
I'm learning. I don't want everything. I'm definitely learning that. All right.
How about King Midge? Oh,
no,
okay, go ahead.
You have to be on pause.
Okay, I'm on pause.
Pause. Don't move. You're paused. You have to hold that face. Look, he's paused. Ooh, that's eerie. Oh, no, we moved. Failed the challenge. You were supposed to pause. Didn't do it. All right. The Reading. Is it Reading or Reading? Pennsylvania. Look, there's a Pennsylvania Hill Climb Association. And they have the annual Pagoda Hill Climb. It's a family event. Look, there's a pagoda. You see the pagoda in the pictures there? You're mad at me.
No, I'm looking at.
You're doing something.
I'm looking something.
He's like, I'm just going to use my time.
Yeah, you paused me. I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Olive says, if you had one, you would drive around town being a dude with a beard. Some people might do that. The Morgan 3-wheeler, says Raw Dog. I don't like 3-wheelers. I don't think that's a real car. I think it's some kind of weird toy. See, like this little number 27. What's this little car here? It's number 27. Okay?
I got to take cough drop because I'm going to start sneezing if I don't. I didn't do it soon enough.
Oh no. Yeah, so I guess they go up the hill. It looks like in Pittsburgh they have the Vintage Grand Prix. This is hill climbing, so I guess they probably tax your engine. There's the Mustang. Everybody gets a picture in front of the pagoda. They time you. This looks so fun. How come we don't ever have a hill climb?
We can have an event here.
We're poor. We can't do all that.
Just charge everybody to come in.
We can't do all that. Let's let John Wilbur.
Do we have a little hill? We have a hill over there by the gas station.
I know.
Run it on the road. They'll probably police would come.
I got an idea. We'll drive to Sykeston and we'll participate in the No Name Nationals because running an event is hard work. It's expensive. It's time consuming.
Takes John Wilburn a whole year to put that together.
Whole year. So all of you are already aware that John Wilburn runs the No Name Nationals. We don't have a hill climb right here, but we do have No Name Nationals. It brings a lot of people together. It's a lot of fun. It's at the end of the summer. If you don't know about it, start knowing about it. You should probably come. Even if you don't have a car, you should probably come. The participation is more fun than racing. The racing is just almost inconsequential, right? It's just a fun thing to do. If you want to try and record YouTube content there, you'll try, but the cars are loud and the announcers are loud and they're just loud. It's hard to do any recording of anything.
You're complaining
Just go and have fun.
You're complaining about.
I'm not. I'm just saying the expectation is just go and have fun. See the cool cars. Yell at people who you know from YouTube for 3 days, right? Go to the burnout contest. It's a heck of a good time. So maybe you'll get to do that someday. If you're not, if you're too far away, I'm sorry, but find something. If you like cars, you like automotive stuff, find something like this hill climb that's nearby and plan to go. Enjoy life. It's short. Make sure you have stuff like that to do, to have fun. All right. It's not Japan. It's Reading, Ohio. No, it's Reading, Pennsylvania. They have a hill climb and a pagoda. I don't know why they built a pagoda, but they did. And it's near Reading. And they drive cars up a hill to see it.
Well, that could be an Alpha. I don't know. That's what
Alfa Romeo?
Inspector Bruce has asked if that's an Alpha.
That would
could
be an Alpha. That would make sense. Yeah.
Could be.
It's the kind of event that you would take your old Alfa Romeo to. Timed event, going up a hill.
Pagoda. That means weather in Russian.
Pagoda.
You know, like what's the weather like outside? Pagoda. It's weather.
All right, I see something pretty on your screen.
Yeah, Buddy Carfano sent that in.
Is it like a Porsche or something?
Is that a
It's
Porsche?
a Volkswagen.
What is that?
Volkswagens, Porsches.
What is that? What is that?
I could see Volkswagens on the.
It's got Volkswagen
on the
running gear in it.
hubcaps. Does it? So what is it? Tell me.
It's Carmen Ghia.
A Carmen Ghia.
Yeah, you buy them from Volkswagen dealers, and they had a coupe. Most of them were coupes, and they had a convertible with a giant boot back there. You couldn't see past it. Mexican spec says Porsche Carmen Ghia. I never heard of it, a Porsche Carmen Ghia. Is that what they are down there?
I think he's making fun of me for not knowing that it was a Carmen Ghia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's got that early German thing to it. It's got the rear engine. I think
If I had to buy a Volkswagen, that's what I'd buy. I don't like the Beetle, but that's a Beetle running gear, I think. Yeah, that's a Beetle running gear. There was also a Type 3, you know, like the Volkswagen Fastback and Volkswagen Squareback, a Type 3 Volkswagen. There was a Type 3 Carmen Ghia. You could look that up.
okay, I will. Lester LeSabre says there is a Reading, Ohio, and it's near Cincinnati. I thought there was a Reading, Ohio. So there's one in Pennsylvania and one in Ohio.
And there's Redding, California.
Yeah, I guess
It's up by
a
Mount
name.
Shasta.
What's a generic city name? Like Springfield. There's one in every state. Yeah.
Pininfarina.
Carmen was the body maker. Ghia was the body style. Oh, I see. So what was the thing that you thought I should probably...
And Colleen's taken off. Good night. Thanks for being here.
Colleen, thank you so much for mentioning your friend with the charger that they're restoring and for being here. We hope to see you again soon.
I was saying something. I don't know the beginning of it. VW. I'd have a squareback. Yeah, I like the squarebacks. There were when I was young, like in the 70s. I remember there were squarebacks and fastback Volkswagens everywhere. I mean, they're just like Mustangs are today, or more than that. They're just everywhere.
There you go. Mexican Spec has offered me a redemption. He says it was meant to be a Porsche, but then they put the VW name on it. See, it wasn't completely. I wasn't completely off. There's some styling elements there, you know. There's a little bit of crossover between Volkswagen and Porsche, just a little. So I can be forgiven. Maybe not forgiven. There is no redemption for Kim.
What is this?
She doesn't know everything.
I don't remember who sent this.
Kim, how dare you? It's got baby buggy wheels
I
on
don't remember
it.
who sent this.
It's got bicycle wheels on it. That's dangerous. Although honestly, it's got the same like taillights as like a Smart 4.2, but smaller still. It doesn't even have a steering wheel. It has handlebars.
I'm trying to figure out who sent it. I'm sorry.
Buddy says he remembers the Ghia emblem on his aunt's Mustang too.
Yeah, what kind of car is this? Whoever sent it, I lost. I got so many emails. I just lost who did that. So sorry about that. But if you could tell me who it was. Kevin Smith, they need to learn how to pronounce Reading. In California, it's Reading. Maybe it's Reading somewhere. I don't know.
It's not reading.
In California, it was Reading, California. So I just assumed it was Reading in all the other states. Don't know what kind of car this is. Does look kind of silly, doesn't it? Wouldn't want to get broadsided like with a new truck, would you?
You wouldn't want to get in any accident with
Raw Dog sent it in. Okay, Raw Dog, what is it? Tell us what it is. Does it have an engine? I don't see a place for an engine. Or maybe it's got a little electric motors down by the wheels.
Oh, yeah, it does look like it has something down there.
Kevin Smith says another rollover wheelchair. Imagine backing up in a hurry and jamming on the brakes. You'd be like pointing straight up.
Back, lay down, and then you just kick your feet and it just come back up.
Kevin Smith says it's a rollover. It'd be long. I thought everywhere had a Centerville. You know, we live near Clarksville, Tennessee, which is the big Clarksville. But almost every state you go in has a Clarksville.
Yeah.
Oh, the Last Train to Clarksville was originally written Last Train to Clarksdale, which is in Arizona. And when they recorded it, they decided it sounded better if they said Clarksville, so they changed it to Clarksville. But the song was written as Last Train to Clarksdale, which was pretty silly. Raw Dog, it's a car from Iran. Oh yeah, it could be.
Well, I think you could Iran faster than that.
Yeah,
car,
you might be able to run
probably.
faster than that. Okay, let's see what we've got after that. Some better cars. What is that thing? Raw Dog, I think you sent this in too. It's got some strange license plate, some strange logo. Is that Iranian as well? Why you send us Iranian pictures? Let's see. We're supposed to be doing. Oh, that's definitely a small car. Oh, look at that.
It's a minibus
Look at the wheels.
with a camper. Boy, they look like they might be like 12-inch tires or something like that, huh?
See oh, look at that. What's it say up on the front?
Looks like little D.
Little D.
DAMD styling effects.
Damn. I don't know.
Not a British flag, so.
That is definitely small.
There you go.
May freedom come to Persia soon. Hey, was Ari in here? Ari in here tonight? Ari's Persian. I mean, his family's Persian. He grew up here. Let's see here. What is that little
Lester,
thing?
Clarksville has a historic train station, but I don't think any trains go there anymore.
Clarksville has a train, like some
bridge,
little.
too.
There's a little local train that runs around that moves stuff, but I don't think it goes anywhere other than moving stuff around. Because I do see it and I do hear it sometimes. It goes underneath one of the roads. There's a bridge that it goes under, and once in a while I hear it going under there.
And there's a historic bridge in downtown Clarksville that goes over the river, and it's like it turns. You know, instead of being like a drawbridge, it's a rotational drawbridge. It turns so a boat can go underneath it. Because that's what you do.
Now here you have a small car. That looks like fun. I remember those.
Toyota?
I remember that body style. I remember them. They were.
That's just a Datsun.
That's a Toyota.
Datsun.
Well, why would Datsun
It's got the same bed as a
put
Datsun.
Toyota on the front of
I
their
see
vehicle?
that, but it's got the same bed as a Datsun.
Why would they put the...
Isn't that a Datsun bed?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know nothing.
Acts of evil. You're on. Oh, what kind of car is that? Something we don't get here. Something we probably don't want here. What is this?
Now he's just sending us all pictures of
All right.
cars.
Why are you sending us all this stuff?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna just zip through these.
Sounds political.
No, that's pretty silly. I mean, if we're gonna look at small cars, I guess that's okay. But I'd rather look at small cars we had. There's a Volkswagen. Something. Oh, this is from Mexican spec. Obviously Mexican license plates. This is a VW that we didn't get here.
Oh,
Man,
it's
look
a
at
new
that.
VW
Look at
truck.
that thing.
Well, that window is kind of
Yeah,
out
it's
of
like a crew.
place.
It's like a crew cab with a wraparound window in the back.
It's not a crew cab. That's just makes the cab long enough
Yeah,
that
it's
you could sit in it.
extended cab or whatever they call
No,
it.
that's just a window. Because look at the seats.
I know, but you could recline a little bit with that. I don't know. That's something we don't get here. Mexican spec. Is that a race truck? If not, white tires. Oh, Volkswagen Pointer. Pointer, like a dog. Oh, look at this. Speedometer in kilometers. It goes up to, what, 200?
Ooh, 200.
Which is what, about 130 miles an hour, something like that.
I have no idea. Mexican spec says it's called a Volkswagen Pointer.
It's a pointer, like a dog.
Gearhead says that Grand Forks used to have a train bridge like ours that rotates sideways. You know, I've never seen an actual drawbridge. They always have them in movies. In movies, they're all always half open and somebody jumps them.
They have one.
Didn't they do that in Blues Brothers too?
Ashtabula, Ohio has one. I used to have to wait for it, and then it comes down, and then you go across. You'll go there with me someday. We'll go up to Ashtabula.
Okay.
Doesn't
look very VW. It does look not. It doesn't look like a VW. It looks like a Volkswagen though. It looks like a Rabbit or a Jetta.
See that definitely has a Volkswagen look.
Yeah, that's the Jetta front end.
But it is the rest of it is new and refreshing kind of looking. I don't know. That's not a new truck though. I don't know when they made those.
I don't know. That looks like it's from the 90s.
Back to my emails.
Only the Jetta had a diesel here for a while. Then they went away. Huh. I think the diesels they got more expensive to manufacture and they just, I don't know. In the United States, there was the big, ugh.
And Buddy Carafano keeps sending in.
Olive says, I thought Pittsburgh had a bunch of drawbridges, though. No. Pittsburgh does not have drawbridges. They build the bridges up high enough that barges and that kind of traffic can go underneath them. All of the bridges are up in the air. Some of them are incredibly way up in the air. They just make them from the top of one hillside to the next. Across, yeah, there are no drawbridges at all, which is crazy because they call it City of Bridges, and there are lots and lots of bridges in Pittsburgh. So, but yeah, no.
Buddy Carafano got an O'Reilly ad.
O'Reilly's on old parts. I like our O'Reilly's.
Louis says, yes, I really love the Blues Brothers.
You get 2 points, buddy.
And you know what, Louis, is Dougster still in here? Dougster. Now, was it Dougster or was it Colt? The two of them were together. They went to a Blues Brothers thing, and they got videos up. You might want to go watch it because they go and there's a whole thing about the Blues Brothers and their vehicles and everything. It's pretty good. This is it looks like the logo is from a Citroen, but I never seen one of those before. That's kind of an interesting little car. Something that Buddy Carafano sent.
Mexican spec says the only way diesel made sense in Mexico, I guess, is if you drove a lot of highway miles. Diesel is more expensive than gasoline here.
Oh, God.
Yeah, see, the old diesels, before they came up with the new restrictions and stuff like that, when they didn't have a lot of exhaust restriction and particle emissions controls and stuff like that, they lasted a really long time because instead of burning a solvent, gasoline being a solvent, it will dissolve gasoline dissolves the oil in the bores and around the rings. Diesel is a lubricant. It's oil. So if you think about it, if you're trying to run a piston up and down, you would rather run it with oil on both sides than oil on one side and a solvent on the other side, right? That's why diesel, the old, but they because of the controls that they put on them, they have to run them at hotter temperatures, which is bad for it. And they had to run at different mixture. They put a lot of restrictions on how it would run, and then the efficiency went way down. The longevity went way down. They became so much more complex, so they became a lot more expensive. And then the advantages of running diesels, they all went away when they did that. And it was like, well, just buy a cheap gasoline engine and replace it when it wears out. It's a smarter way to go.
Tommy Allen's here. Good evening from Dublin. He's from Dublin. And Dean Stevenson's here. And Buddy Carapano sent this, one of my favorite small cars. Can you zoom in on that a little bit?
This is one of your favorites? I've never heard you talk about this car before.
It's a Lotus Europa. I had, back in the slot car days, I had a slot car that was a Lotus Europa, and it was the fastest car I had. And I had a friend that had one of these, back in the 70s, or no, in the 80s. He had this, and he had a 924
How
Porsche.
low to the ground is this
They're
car?
low. They're
Could you
low.
even get in and out of a car like this today? If we had one in the driveway, would
I'd
you
have
be
to.
able
I'd have
drive
to
it?
struggle with it a little bit. I'd find a
I
way.
can imagine.
Roll out onto the ground and put my hand up, and you'd pull me up off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I need like a hoist to get him in and out of there. That car's like 28 inches high. Yeah. Look, it's only like about a foot taller than the tires.
The Lotus Europa, mid-engine car.
It's a Lamborghini.
Man, no, it's British. I really like those, and the first one I saw was a model, was a body for a slot car, and I built it. And then I was always looking for them after I had that slot car, and it was that was my fastest slot car. But I was probably 13 or 14 then, so it must have been 1967.
So you don't really like the car, you like the concept of the
that thing to me is just, that's just something, you know. It's different. It's, you know, it's original. It's low. It's a mid-engine car. It's light. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff.
Mid-engine's kind of cool. I like the mid-engine weight distribution.
Oh, it says they're small inside even for me. Are you small? Man, I'm 5'7", so I'm short, but I'm still a little bit wider than I should be. And
Porsche
so,
style
and then I'm
cues,
kind of
perhaps?
old and struggle getting up off the ground and things. So
Kimberghini, Europa Lotus. Yeah, that's a bunch of words, Dean. That's just word salad, Dean. Are we having any fun? Are we enjoying this?
So I
feels
know in New Zealand they had some smaller cars than we had, and we're kind of doing smaller cars. So Dean, we're looking for your small cars. But a car if I don't send in one more small car. Let's see what else he sent in. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Oh, my mouse ran out of room.
Hillman.
That's a Hillman. What is that, Hillman? Somebody will know what it is. It's a Hillman.
Isn't Hillman's mayonnaise?
No, that's Hellman. That's Hellman's
mayonnaise.
So these
cars.
Best foods car. Yeah.
The mayonnaise business was doing better, so they just stopped making the cars.
That's a Hillman. I cannot think of the name of that Hillman. Somebody tell me what's the name of that Hillman. And I should know it because they kind of designed it it was a rear engine car.
Imp?
And it's an Imp. Tommy Hanlon got it. Yeah, of course
So did Lester LeSabre.
LeSabre got it too.
Same second.
So they get some
They
points.
get 3 points apiece
So
for knowing it was a Hillman.
I couldn't think of an Imp, but I know they kind of designed it.
Tommy Hanlon says it's made in Scotland.
Oh, maybe it is. So, okay, that's northern part of the
Why is he wearing a kilt?
So anyway, that thing was kind of looks like a Corvair a little bit. And it's, the kind of the nose people said it does.
Instead of a turbocharger, it has bagpipes.
It has
You squeeze them and it gives it boost. And it makes that sound. It makes
Bagpipes.
that sound when it goes road. Oh my god! Oh my god! I got an auditory. Oh man! Can you imagine if this car sounded like goes whipping by? You're squeezing the bagpipes, getting the boost, and it goes. Yes!
No, Kim.
I'm having fun all of a sudden. I want to have fun.
Oh, I was going to tell a joke, but I don't know if I should. Um,
It might be wearing a kilt out
well,
back.
see, the joke about bagpipes was that the Irish gave bagpipes to the Scottish because like for a joke, but they didn't understand it was a joke and they started playing them. Okay, and Inspector Bruce sent something. I'm gonna
What's
download
that?
it.
What's
Oh,
that
here we go.
fabric that the traditional kilts are made out of? A special
Keep
kind
it
of
PG.
fabric.
Oh no, it is PG. It's just like kind of nationality kind of
They're
thing.
better.
But everybody can take a joke.
It better be the fabric of the seats had better be the same fabric as they make those kilts out of. It has to be. I want to. Oh wait. What's it called again? I want to see what the interior looks
Okay,
like.
and Inspector Bruce sent this.
No. What's the name of that car?
Inspector Bruce, where is this?
Oh, it's a drawbridge.
Yes, but where is it?
Okay, what was the name of that car again? I have to see what the interior is.
Hillman Imp. Irish pipes are prettier. The Scots made them into war. Okay, and Tim, 72 Demon. Tim's here again. He's back. What?
Okay, we'll be back to this bridge in just a second.
Yeah. We can move on from the bridge.
They missed the opportunity to make the interior of this car perfect by using the fabric of a kilt. Instead, they just used carpet and vinyl.
Oh, Bruce says that drawbridge is in Petaluma.
So disappointed.
Petaluma, California.
Okay. Petaluma, California.
Petaluma.
That's a quaint little drawbridge.
Petaluma's a cool little town. It's up north of the San Francisco Bay Area. And I think that's where Bruce lives. If it isn't, he's real close to there. One or the other.
Are problematic because you're either delaying the boat or delaying the car.
But you're providing a jump. No, don't do that.
I don't think you're going to jump that. You're going to just hit it. You're like a bang.
You got to wait till it's just coming up.
Right. And I'm sure there's no gate or obstruction to tell you to stop, you idiot.
Tommy Hanlon says, my friend is a pipe maker. He makes, how do you pronounce that? Ulian? I don't know how to pronounce that word, pipes.
Oh, I'll bet you those are the pipes for,
Inspector Bruce says, the egg basket of the world. Which is where? Petaluma?
It must be.
Petaluma is just...
They grow eggs all over the place.
Petaluma is just one of those places, if you live in the Bay Area, everybody knows Petaluma is a nice place, you know? So I just didn't know they had a drawbridge like that. You could look up... I don't care about drawbridges right now. I was going to say look up the one in Ashtabula.
Drawbridges are automotive adjacent. They're transportation centric. So we could do a whole stream on bridges.
No. Go look up, just if you want to look it up. Look up. Oh, what have you got here? You got a bunch of goofy things here on your screen.
That's small stuff. Well, we'll get back to it. What am I looking up? I'll look it up and then we'll come back.
I was going to say look up drawbridge in Ashtabula, Ohio. So I used to go across that one all the time. It was annoying because I come up there and a stupid thing would start coming up. I had to wait. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, it could get really, really annoying.
Well, they call it the lift bridge. And you know what? That's right. There was lift bridge beer that was made there too.
Lift bridge beer. Of course, they make a bridge.
See that drawbridge? It's got a big old counterweight on it. See how that works?
That makes sense because that bridge, can you imagine how the decking and everything, that'd be heavy. Even if they made it all out of aluminum, it'd still be a big, heavy bridge.
But that thing is operating all the time. So it's, I've gotten stuck there many times. Like,
I know down in in Florida when I was with my brother, he had his we had his sailboat out, right? So we had to go through drawbridges in some cases, and you actually had to in some places schedule if you wanted to go under a draw. They had to schedule. You couldn't go during traffic and stuff like that because you'd interrupt it too much. Let's not and say we did, Kim. Okay, that's fair.
Here's one that Buddy Carfano sent in.
That is what I would expect.
Says for Kim.
This is exactly what I wanted to see. That is what I wanted to see in a Scottish car. Anybody who's building a Scottish car, if it doesn't have this for the seats, and this is at minimum because the rest of the car is just gray, which kind of sucks, but at least at minimum. Okay, I'm done. I've made my point.
Buddy Carfano sent another one that's a small car. A lot of people don't think this is a small car, but I think it was definitely a small car in its time, and it's a nice car. But Buddy Carfano sent that. 67 Chevy, too. Pretty cool little car.
Oh, but yeah, it was a small car. That was just a little car.
Yeah, it was because the Impala and the...
In the 67.
67 Impala and the Chevelles were bigger cars.
In 67, there were mini cars. You know what I mean? Like, this was just a...
Yeah, if you wanted
small to average, small
that was
average,
that was called a compact, and if you wanted something small, you bought a Volkswagen.
You bought a Mini, yeah. Mexican Spec says not every car in Mexico had a multicolor seat covers. Same idea. Well, they should. Is it really a Mexican car if it doesn't have multicolored seat covers? Is it really an Indian taxi if it doesn't have those wooden ball seat covers? Is it? Is it? No, it's not. Is it really a hot rod if it doesn't have one of those dancing hula girl spring-loaded things on the dash?
Dancing hula girls on the dash?
Right.
I forgot about those.
Is it really baller? Are you really balling if you don't have fuzzy dice? Are you? Are you really? Okay.
So,
car accessories. We could do a whole night on accessories.
Oh, geez.
Real trees, fuzzy dice.
There's a first generation. Oh, well, Ulian is Irish for elbow. I guess Ulian. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Ulian. I don't know. Played with bellows, unlike the Scottish pipe. Oh, kind of like accordion-like thing. Okay, but it's pipes. That's a first generation King Midget.
Oh, they use a bellows instead of a bag. Okay, interesting.
So first generation King Midget was a single seater. Second generation King Midget was a two-seater. I had one of those. That was a fun little car. And that is a car. Third generation King Midget.
That's crazy though that they got
Is that the third gen King Midget, which I didn't like the front
that
end
they were able to convince the DOT registrations on those vehicles. That's wild.
It was before all that. Before there was like regulations for everything. In fact, that's what brought King Midget to an end.
They couldn't get DOT anymore.
They never had it. I mean, it's just you registered a car. And then, there were crash standards and emission standards and all this stuff, and that thing was done. So that had a Wisconsin, a 10 horsepower Wisconsin.
What was the last year of that? When did they kind of...
I think 1967, might have been 68, your model. That one, mine, like that was a 54. It had a 10 horsepower Wisconsin in it, and one of those transmissions like you have that has variable pulleys. You go about 40, 45 miles an hour.
Mexican Spec says that it's not called a Mexican blanket. It's a multicolored blanket. A real Mexican blanket has a tiger on it.
Ah. Can we get those? Man, I have a Mexican blanket here somewhere. Not that I think it's multicolored, but it says made in Mexico on it. Because usually when you stop at these tourist traps, like in Arizona and New Mexico and stuff, you see all these Mexican blankets, you look at them, they say made in China on them, and it's like, no, I'm not buying that. But I have one here somewhere that says made in
Pardon me.
Mexico on it. So either the Chinese are putting made in Mexico on them, or I have one that's actually made in Mexico.
And Gearhead said it's not an old C10 without saddle blanket seat cover. See, I think saddle blanket is the style of blanket with the tassels at the end, and they're not necessarily multicolored, but they're popularized multicolored. Yeah,
Yep,
saddle blanket.
These were sold through Popular Mechanics magazine a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It would be cool to have. You want to build one?
Of
The
those?
problem is we'd never be able to take it on the street because you can't get a registration for a vehicle like that anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I'm clicking through these
It looks like you're winding down.
till I get to one that I like. That's pretty nice.
Darn it, I like that Volkswagen. I
That
hate that I
Volkswagen?
like that Volkswagen.
I got
Because
a
I
friend that used
know how small it is and how not fun the old ones I had were to drive. Now the ones
That's why-
I had were all messed
That's why the
up.
Carmen Gias are fun, because you sit lower and you don't feel like you're about to flip over.
Oh, you don't feel like you're going to flip over.
Oh, these things flip over though.
No.
Well, the super.
Has anybody ever flipped over a Volkswagen?
Oh, I came so close one time. It was a customer's car, and I almost ate it, and I knew it. Yeah, there you go. Get Mexican specs. Isn't that a nice car?
I can't afford more cars. I couldn't trade everything I owned for that car. And I would definitely not want to. If I took everything that I owned and sold it, I would not acquire enough money.
Let's do this.
What's that?
Can you look up Mexican Specs Instagram? We haven't done this for probably 2 months.
Well, let's make sure Mexican Specs on board with that.
Are you on board with that? Because I want to look at the Hibulon says Carmen Gias suck wheel well, hits the left foot a lot. Well, same with this. I think, I don't know, maybe that might be worse on the Carmen Gia. Yeah, your feet have to be narrower.
Yeah, got room. They're not too bad.
I want to look at that Pulsar that he has, that bright red Pulsar. Because I don't like boats, but sure. I don't like boats, but sure. Boats.
All right, let me see if I can get.
I don't know what he's talking about. Boats. Oh, we could put it on a Triumph frame. Then you have a little 4-cylinder up front. That'd be pretty funny. Put a Volkswagen body on a Triumph frame. Spitfire. Oh, it's not on your Instagram. Okay, so forget it. He said it's not on his Instagram. But you got it up anyway. What are you doing? That's a Peugeot. A Peugeot. You got a Peugeot up there, Mexican Specs.
This is a small car. Why didn't he send us a picture of this?
Yeah, why didn't you send a picture of this? I had friends that drove these things around. Well, the fathers of friends that drove these around when I was a kid. And we were kids, so we didn't call them Peugeots.
He just put this up today.
We didn't call them Peugeots. We called them...
Mexican Spec. Give yourself a shout out. Throw up your Instagram.
Throw up. Did you say throw up?
Vomit your Instagram up there.
So we called them Pigots because we were stupid kids and we thought it was funny.
But it's Peugeot.
It is, but we were kids and we thought that was funny. I don't know if it was funny or not. It's funny to us when we were little kids.
It's got great chrome. That's a little bitty car. Even it's a 4-door. It's still little, isn't it? Is it not little? What size engine does it have? 4-cylinder gasoline
little
engine?
4-cylinder engine, yeah.
Manual transmission. It's kind of cool. I don't hate the color even.
Bruce sent up another.
That would be neat.
What
to
is
have.
this? Oh, it's a helmet.
Okay, hold on. Speaking of helmets, we got to get you a helmet.
I know. That's on my
You're
list.
not allowed to race without.
That's on my list.
Okay.
Get a helmet. I guess it says what kind of helmet. I can't wear an old leather helmet like the World War One.
No.
Fighter
I think we need to
pilots.
get you like a Snell rated helmet or whatever. Those you don't. It's not a year based thing, right? Is Snell high enough quality they don't care?
I don't know. I know for like driving a 6-cylinder car that's going to be going 50 miles an hour at the end of a drag strip, they're not concerned too much about it.
Lester LeSabre said they called them Peugeots.
Pug 403. Okay, so let's get away from the helmet and get back to the.
Lester LeSabre says that the father of a friend in junior high rolled a Beetle with both of them in it. They definitely roll over. All right. I stand corrected.
Okay, we got the wrong thing up here. We're talking about a car that's not on the screen.
What's that?
That car is not on that screen.
It was never there?
I don't know.
Was it never there?
I
swear
don't know.
we put it up.
I don't know, but somehow it ended up not there.
Mexican Spec says we didn't call them anything because we ignored them. Well, that's not nice.
I'm downloading more pictures from Mexican Spec.
Oh, they're pictures of the Pulsar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to want to show those, but we're going to look at this first. Can you click through those?
They weren't the greatest
the
pictures
arrows?
that Mexican Spec has ever had. Oh, there's the little bitty engine.
Look at that radiator. I remember working on those.
Holy moly free holy. Why am I so much bigger than you? It looks like you're green screened on top of a huge
because
version of me.
I've got a pillow and and the pillow goes like this.
Don't I look like a giant?
And then I gotta
He's little.
And then I gotta go like this, scoop my ass back onto my chair again.
Why do we look so out of proportion today? Oh, the interior is cute. It's all padded. It's all cushy. Cushy.
Looks French, because it is.
Oui, oui. Oh, the back seat looks like a fluffy pillow. Well, all right. There you go. That's a nice little car. All right, let's go back.
So he's got it. He's got that for sale.
Yeah, that's a brand new one that he just listed.
1960. Well, that's pretty cool. And that one looks, it's in good shape. Or it appears to be in good shape. And now they can provide U.S. delivery. That's right.
That's right.
Lester LeSabre got one of those. Not one of these cars. One of the U.S. delivery cars from Mexican Spec. Grease Belly Garage. You guys look itty bitty. Yeah, we get down in the corner of the screen so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, I want to bring up this one that Mexican Spec. Okay, can you? Oops, why did it do that? Don't know why it did that. Hang on, I messed up here. I did something wrong.
Okay, well.
Okay, now I'm doing it right. Okay, this is the.
Bruce liked the Peugeot bicycles, but not their cars.
Oh, I forgot Peugeot had bicycles. That's right.
Here's the Pulsar.
The Pulsar. See that back window, that back station wagon thing of mine would fit on it, except it's got some damage on it. Now, it was perfect, but it was...
You know what I thought I hated?
What?
And I thought I would always hate...
that's nice paint.
Always, forever, on any car ever.
What?
Is those tri-spoke wheels.
Oh.
But I like them on this car. I would... If you would have just showed me those wheels and be like, you think these wheels look good on a car? I'd be like, no. They don't look good on anything. They actually look good on this.
This one's like de-chromed a bit. It's got some,
it's
like the badges are off.
Repainted.
Yeah, but they did a nice job on it. I wish there was a picture of the hood.
Resale red for the win.
How would that look with that little wagon back end on it?
Man. It
yeah, just what I need.
And really unusual.
Just what I need is another car.
Wow.
Grease Belly Garage. I've been slammed lately. Spec, what is this?
Welcome to stream, Grease Belly. Been busy. Well, you know what? It's building season. If you're not busy now, you're never busy.
Stray bullets here.
Construction season, building season, doing stuff season. Right? Winter, people slow things down. They slow it down. But it's right now, you should be going pretty full throttle on all your projects. You got fair weather, reasonable weather. Lots of rain, though. Man, we had so much rain.
Back to Inspector Bruce's
it rains
car.
Every day. I wonder how our corn's doing.
Oh, Tahoe says, popular small car down here, the Little Imp. Really? I like those. I mean, they're cute little cars.
Imp.
Danny Boyd says a chick car.
Oh, we're back to Bruce's car.
I just was closing some stuff. I was actually hoping you bring Mexican Specs back up and look at a couple of others. See what else he's put up recently. What else have he put up recently?
I'll bring up some other stuff. I just... We moved on. There, I will.
Look at that. Look at that wagon there, that Volare or
He
whatever it
loves
is.
wagons.
Well, look at the wheels on it. I mean, look at that thing. That just looks like
It does look
something good.
a
And it's those
muscle
wheels.
wagon
A muscle
with
wagon.
the big wide wheels.
I don't know
in the
about the
back.
hood scoop, but I guess
They've got
that's
the
okay
open
too.
fender wells, so you can put a lot of rubber.
You can put a lot of rubber back
Although
there.
you know what, it's kind of jacked up in the back, or else those tires would still.
Oh, they call it a Chrysler Dart wagon.
They call it a Dart. Well, that's a terrible picture.
And the interior looks pretty good.
Well, the back seat does. Door
It's
cards
blue
look
with a red
mediocre.
exterior, but yeah, okay.
The dash is recovered. There's no cracks or anything on it. Where's the shifter? There's no
Well, there's a
shifter.
wrench, and there's maybe it's.
There's no column shift, and there's no.
I don't.
console
Oh
shift.
yeah, there's a column shift. Look up where the speedometer is. You can see. the end of
Oh,
it.
there it is. There
It's
it is.
in
there it
park.
is. I was like, what's it?
Parked. Yeah, and they taped the headlights. Danny Boyd noticed that, and it's got a.
Needs some
small block
detailing in the engine.
It's got a 360.
It's a 360. Oh boy, they do have it all sported up.
So see, you could probably make that thing go.
Yeah, if you're looking for a wagon, that would be.
Luis
a cool
is asking
start.
if it's a Ford Fairmont. No, it's a
No,
in
that's
Mexico.
a
It's
Dodge
a
Dart.
it's a Dart in Mexico, but it's the same thing as a
F body.
yeah, Plymouth
Volare.
Volare. It's the same thing as a Volare in the U.S.
This is okay. I don't think this isn't high on my list. I'm gonna move on.
I
Let's
like
see
that
what
car.
else is.
I like
know,
that
that's
car.
just up your alley. I gotta say.
I do like that car. Well, there's a Fairmont there.
There's a Fairmont. You
Oh,
love
it's a
your
wagon.
wagons. You love
It's
your
a wagon with the
wagons.
good nose on it, because the wagons here had the single headlights, different front end. Didn't look as good. That
Oh,
one
you don't
looks good.
see a lot of bright red wagons.
Except that one's still in its crate. I don't know. I guess
You get to do an
Just
unboxing.
do an unboxing.
Yeah, it's got the factory style wheel covers.
The same wheel covers as mine, I think.
Straight out of 78,
And it has
81.
and as in Mexico, the Fairmont has the Zephyr front fenders, and that one has a wiper in the back, which mine didn't. Look at the interior; that looks pretty nice.
It looks good, and it's got a Mexican 302, it says, and it's an automatic, which is good.
Oh, I want to see that speedometer. It didn't show the speedometer. Oh, look at that! That's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, that's a whole-on car. Full-on car.
And it's a 302 automatic, so even people in the United States could drive it.
Yeah, that'd be a normal car. What's this here?
That's a well, they call it a Valiant Volare, but that's
It's a Dodge
I don't know.
Aspen.
They were 4 doors here. I don't know if did they ever have 2 doors in those
Chrysler
here?
New Yorker, Dodge Aspen. That is the front end that my Dodge Aspen had. Okay, that's nothing that I mean,
But it's
I
a
would,
2-door.
Here we go. This looks like something that people would pay a lot of money for. I'll bet these are expensive. It's a 350.
And it's a 350 4-speed.
4-speed manual Pontiac Grand Prix instruments. Door
Oh,
panels.
that's right. They put the Grand Prix dashes in these in Mexico. Click through the pictures and see what.
This is a fancy car here.
Well, the dash really makes it.
Wheels
Oh,
are
nice
good.
wheels
Okay.
too. Shit.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Oh, look at that.
With a
Although I don't
4-speed.
like the steering wheel. You'd have to find the stock steering wheel for me, but I find one. But look at that. Look at the dash.
I think it looks good. It's
I
got
don't
the
know. I
wood grain to
guess.
match the dash.
I guess. But, manual transmission, all factory, everything but the steering wheel. And the
With
Grand
the
Prix,
350, I'll bet you that car
the
slaps.
Grand Prix instruments. Man, that's pretty nice,
I haven't.
Is there an
even-
underhood? Is there an underhood shot? Keep
Oh, I
going.
don't know.
Keep going.
Oh, I want to see a nice detailed motor here.
I want to see.
All the interior.
Oh, I was looking for an air conditioning compressor. Don't
But
see
it looks good. Somebody's taking care of it. Somebody's been doing under the hood with the toothbrush.
It's got some air conditioning parts up there on the firewall, but I don't see them on the engine.
Delete it. But you could add it back in there if you have the air box and everything. You could
It's
add it
there,
back
yeah.
in
I
there.
don't know. But anyway,
I know you don't like when you have to do that. Somebody gave it a spritz of black spray paint though. It looks fresh.
that looks nice. That looks nice.
That'd be a really heck of a car there. There you go, guys. There's an investment grade automobile.
And you get a what do you call it? A Monte Carlo that's better than what you get in the U.S. because it's got the Pontiac
Stray
dash.
Bullet says I'd take that G body even though I'm a Ford guy. Yeah, I mean this is not really but this is a heck of a nice car.
I just think
Depending on what price you.
I think that dash just makes the car, and it's a clean car, and it's got nice wheels. It's one of the better cars he has up here.
That's all ready to enjoy. These came in white and
Barrows is here. He says, I think the steering wheel is stock on that part of the SS package. Oh, it could be, I guess.
There you go.
I don't know. It just doesn't look like a GM steering wheel, but it could be.
Mexican Spec says I'd get the checkerboard wheels and get rid of the center lines.
Oh, I like those center lines. I like those.
I could see the checkerboards would look good on it, but the center lines very sporty.
Those nice big meats on the back, I think they look good.
Yeah.
But the steering wheel was original equipment on that car. Oh, okay. It just doesn't look like something it is. But if it is, it is. Stray Bullet says, how much? Mexican Spec, you want us to scroll down and show the price?
I don't think it's listed here.
Okay. So
if you have to ask, it's probably too much.
But go into Mexican Spec's his Instagram. Mexican Spec, if you want, put up your Instagram a link so people can go in there and look at these cars. And yeah, I don't know why I'm all excited about this thing because I usually don't like this body style so much, but I like this one. But that's a
heck of a nice looking one.
I like this one.
I had an 85 Monte Carlo back in probably 1997. It was an all right car.
Straight Bullet, I put it on 24s.
Donk it up. Stray Bullet's gonna donk it up.
I like those big wide back tires. Man, I think that looks good.
Yeah. That's a really Mexican outlawed the V8 engines for 85. So Chevy threw everything they had at this car to make the best Monte Carlo SS ever made.
Oh, there it is. There he is. Okay. Okay, everybody. You go to that Instagram and you'll see, I don't know how many cars he got in. Probably 100 cars or something. Tavo says, center lines are unloved down here. Really? Adelaide hubcaps for some reason. I think those wheels look good, except they don't have centers in them. But they look. I don't know. I just like the big wide tires in the back. I think it looks good. This car is not cheap. There's a blue one, but they have removed the airbox to race the car. Kevin Smith, the Monte El Camino by Chattanooga was cool.
I'm gonna look it up. That sounds like
somebody did. Oh, I can see how you could do that. That'd be an interesting project.
Monte Camino. That's too much front end to make into a truck.
I don't know. I think that clip might bolt onto the El Camino.
I think it would, yeah.
Can you look that up?
Well, I got to put something else up on screen while I do it.
Okay, yeah, you got a lot of stuff open over there.
Well, no, I can't look it up while I have other stuff on the screen right now. I don't have myself set up very well for that. So.
Kevin Smith built a few models of it. There it is.
Choo Choo Customs.
Look at the white one there. Is the white one up at the top? The very first one. Is that it?
That looks like the one.
No,
that looks like one.
Has it got a? No, it doesn't have.
Yeah, Choo Choo Customs. Info, El Camino. See it there?
Yeah. So
there's a bunch of them.
It's like a Monte Carlo nose on an El Camino.
Yeah. 85. El Camino. Super Sport. Customs. Bolts right on. They're both G bodies.
I didn't know if the distance between the front wheel well and the front of the door was the same, but it looks like it is.
Be darn. I'll be dipped. Has everyone seen this trailer for Spaceballs 2? Spaceballs 2.
Hippie Long says,
Quest for more money.
what is this? Fiat's Revenge being a backdrop. Well, you know why I ended up with that picture there, because Inspector Bruce that's in here, that was one of his cars he had when he was in the Air Force. And he sent a picture of it, so I put it up there, and it just ended up being in the background now. So I kind of like it. Hippie Long, I think Monty and Camaro will fit. Camaro? Really? Oh, there's that one that Chip Foose did. Look that up. Chip Foose, El Camino. See if it comes up. That is a great looking car. He did an El Camino for somebody. And
It's spelled Foose.
Foose.
Oh, it's on the show Overhauling.
It was an overhauling one. Yeah, see if you can find a picture of the front end of that. Oh yeah, it's right behind your head. There it is. Nope. That's not it.
This one?
That's it. See, he cut the fender halfway through the wheel well. Because that's not a whole Camaro front wheel well, because it's a different thing. He lopped that thing off right halfway up the wheel well and put a 67 Camaro nose on it. I watched that show and I was just amazed. And then you look at the back, he put Camaro taillights in it. So I don't know if you can click on that, or I don't know what happens when you visit it.
Nope.
X
Don't wanna
won't
do
let-
that.
They won't let you do that.
Takes us to Motor Trend.
Okay, but anyway, it's pretty good. It's really nice car. And that was overhauling, where they do it for somebody as a surprise, and turned out so good.
Barrows says we've waited 40 years for Spaceballs 3, the search for Spaceballs 2.
I'm sliding back down.
That'll be a fun movie. That'll be a fun movie. Rick Moranis doesn't act anymore either. Oh, he doesn't at all? You'd think he'd at least do a cameo in the movie. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I think he's a family man. He just doesn't do acting. Boy. To get to the point where you're like, nah, I don't need to do any more acting. I've got enough money.
My favorite El Camino is the 68. It was a one year
I'll be right
instrument
back.
panel. You're leaving again.
It's been a long stream. I gotta go to the bathroom again. It's been another hour and
Jeez.
another full cup of coffee. Danny Boyd never saw Spaceballs 1. It's funny. It's jokes about like Star Trek and Star Wars and stuff like that. If you like space television shows and movies, then Spaceballs is just like a funny thing.
I'm kind of liking this picture with the Fiat, because I know the guy that had it, and then the Gremlin back there, and then obviously it's on an Air Force base with the water tower back there. But then all the cars around it, you look around, it's just like, this picture was taken a while ago. Pretty cool. Ooh, it's used cars, 1980. Anyone? I don't know. I don't know what other pictures I want to bring up here. Trying to think of what Kevin Smith. I always fall asleep at movie theaters. Yeah, I can't sit through a movie. I'm trying to think of what small cars I've had. I have a King Midget. It's probably the smallest car I've had. I don't know what other small cars, what I'd consider a small car. Geez, when those Fairmont Futuras and Mercury Zephyrs like I have, when those came out, those were considered as a small car. But I wouldn't call it a small car by today's standards. So, I don't know. not a full-size Ford Galaxy or something, but it's not like today's small cars. Josh Holman, the Fix It Again Tony, and the Gremlin with its share of gremlins under the hood. Man, Gremlins are all right. I like those things. And there's a lot of room under the hood. You can put, 460 Ford under there. It fits in there pretty nicely. I had a friend that had a 429 Ford in a Gremlin. That thing was fast. It was a fun car. I had another friend that was putting a 327 Chevy in one, but he was on an Air Force base and I ended up moving away before he finished it. Danny Boyd, 68, 69 Torino sports roof off to the left. Yep, you're right. Yep, that was probably a 7 or 8 year old car or something then. I don't know how long Bruce was in the Air Force. He and I went in the same time, 73, so he was in the least probably till 77. So, I don't know. Bruce, you still here? How long did you stay in the Air Force? Because Bruce moved on and ended up working for the airlines. That's why he's retired Inspector Bruce, because he's aircraft inspector, maintenance stuff inspector. In fact, I think his thing was mostly electronics. Josh Holman, there are hardly any small cars in America anymore. Americans hardly buy them. Man, well, the cars are, yeah, you're right. It was like a few years ago. I hate what's happened to our cars. Everybody drives these giant trucks and SUVs, and I don't get it. Because we really went to smaller cars like in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, and then everything got crazy huge. It just doesn't make sense to me. Talbot, wasn't the Gremlin just a Hornet with a back cut down? Yeah, I was reading something that was written by what's his name? I can't pull up names. The guy that was the AMC designer. He said the Gremlin was the strongest car they made because they were going to put a tailgate, but they didn't. So he says that back end on that thing was just made that car extremely strong. All of the window opened up. That was it. So Bruce says he was in the Air Force 4 years, from 73 to 77. Luis says, Yarn the Wild Thornberry's movie on Google, please. I don't know what that means. Maybe Kim can figure that out. Hippie Long, my best car was a van. Dick Teague, you're right. Dan E. Boyd. Kim will probably give you 2 points for that. Yeah, Dick Teague was the guy that had written that the Gremlin was the strongest body they made because they decided not to put a tailgate, so it's just all one welded unit back there, made it extremely strong. Here's another small car that Strible goes like sardines in a can. Who was it you say? The old people might remember this. Who was the guy that was the Popular Mechanics, or maybe Mechanics Illustrated writer that always did all the tests on the cars? Oh, I can't think of his name.
Why do you keep saying that?
I can't think of his name. But anyway, he'd call a car a sardine can on casters. Can't remember that guy's name. Toyota MR2. Yeah, here's one. Kevin Smith, my mom crammed us 5 kids in a 66 Fury wagon, always had the bar seat. That's the backwards seat? Yeah, when I had one of those cars, the kids always liked being in the back of it. Tom McCahill, Lester LeSabre knew it.
That's a 3-pointer.
Yeah, Kim says that's a 3-pointer. Yeah, Tom McCahill. I remember him reading some of his old stuff, and he called the Crosley a sardine can on casters. Oh, he had some names for things. Bud, what's his name? Bud Linderman? No, that's not who I was thinking of. Tom McCahill, who I was thinking of. Tom McCahill is like, he's just one of those flamboyant writers. He didn't hold anything back. Hippie Long, my ex-wife had a Wrangler blue jeans Gremlin with a V8 manual. Yeah, there were some of those around. Danny Boyd says he drove an early MR2 in 85. Yeah, I like these MR2s.
We got a lot of people.
Luis keeps saying, young Rugrats go wild, please. What is this?
I don't know.
What do you...
He just loves that movie.
Send us in a link or something. I don't know. I don't know much about it. Expect Kim when Rick Moranis' wife died or couldn't take care of the kids. Rick had to do it. He didn't think twice about it. Louise says, my favorite car, 59 Edsel Ranger. Why do you like... That's a huge car. Why do you like huge thing like that?
An Edsel Ranger's not a small car. You're just saying random things, Louise.
Okay, so here we go. Reserve parking, right? Parking for another one Buddy Carfano sent in.
Yeah, compact cars.
Yeah, the theme tonight was small cars. Okay, so let's see here. There's a small car.
Porsche.
One of those little
Speedster.
Porsches. I don't like... A lot of people like those. I don't like driving. You're inside and the sides kind of go out like this and just like feel like you're in a stink bug. I don't know. I don't like the way they feel. I guess they drive okay. Not my favorite thing. Hippie law, please. I don't drive red cars. Okay. Mexican Spec says, Louise, that's a great movie. Them driving all those cars back. The car isn't red. There's gray primer under the red. Okay, so apparently it's a movie. It's a good movie that maybe we should look at.
Okay.
But we're not going to play a movie on here.
Can't play a movie, but we'll watch it, maybe. It's on our watch list. How's that sound?
Danny Boy, I have a red car, but it's covered in white paint. Let's see here. What do we got here? What is this? Oh, the Playboy. Long before Playboy magazine, and that connotation wasn't Playboy at the time. It had a different meaning. There was a car called a Playboy.
Oh, it's a line from Used Cars, the movie.
Ah.
I see.
So that's the Playboy car. They were around for a couple of years, I guess. Well, like late 40s, early 50s. Probably quite a car for then, because it's probably a little ahead of its time. There's another picture of it down here. Oh, where's my cursor? What happens when I click on that? Yeah, it's a Playboy car.
Oh, first paint job. It's white where the white ain't chipped and flaked off. Lots of cool little sporty cars.
Jensen Playboy. Jensen?
With Kurt Russell. I remember that movie. That's a long time ago. It's like in the 80s.
Okay, so before it gets any later,
okay,
what are we going to do next week? We going to have a theme next week? Kevin said, Grandpa drove a big Packard 37 to haul all 15 of his kids. And oh yeah, you'd said that before.
15 kids.
It'd be long. Looks like a Columbo training car.
15 kids now they just have a mini, they'd have a mini bus.
Spec says I always park my big cars where the sign said it was for compacts. Have them. Did you take up 2 of them? Oh man.
Yeah, well, there's places where they have in parking garages where they have compact cars only because you can't stick out because people can't make the turn.
Buddy Carafano says big cars, custom vans. You know, when I look for custom vans, there's so few custom van pictures the way it used to be online. I don't know what happened to all those pictures. There was some really cool stuff and it just like vanished. You know? I don't know. This is what I want to do. I want to do something that we have these cars, you know, because we just do like something we got to pull off the internet. Anybody can do that. You know, like this. This is why I really like this car here. We said small cars. Here's a small car. Bruce owned this car. Maybe still has it. I don't know. But it's a small car that he had and he enjoyed. So that's kind of what I want to do is what we have. So what do we have? Micro Machines. Pics of the project you were working on. Yeah, there you go. Man, but everybody in here might not be working on a project. Dean Stevenson. Vanished. Yeah, vanished. Yeah, I when I said that, I thought, yeah, that would sound kind of silly. Subject, the best car per year. 1959 to 1969. Like a 10-year period of cars. Which one we like the best? Man, that's 59 to 69. Man, there's a lot of good cars in there. Max and Spec, I'm not working on any of my cars. Had a 69 Subaru van. Space Cat, you had a 69 Subaru van. The little one that the doors open backwards, got a little 2-cycle engine in the back. Those are cool. Can you look that up? If we're doing small cars, we got to put that up there. 69 Subaru van. And back then, they were the dealer where I was, they called them Subarus. Subaru. They had a little Subaru 360 and a little Subaru 360 van. Yeah, the white one. Where are they? Yeah, see the guy standing next to the one there, that white one?
Wow, it really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
He's a pretty big dude, I think, but...
Look how little that van looks next to that guy.
You got a 360cc 2-cylinder air-cooled engine in the back. The doors open backwards, and if you crash into something, the door opens, you fly out in front of the car. I know, I've seen it happen. They didn't have seat belts. They weighed 997 pounds, so they were exempt from all the safety standards. He loved it. Yeah, sounds like... Yeah, today's traffic, I don't know if I'd want to drive that, but it's a fun little car. I've never driven one of those. I've driven the Subaru 360, a Subaru back then, Subaru 360, the little bug-looking thing. Looks like a little, kind of like a Volkswagen Beetle, but it's different. Louise says 74 Plymouth Satellite, but police car. Josh Holman, talk about toy. Yeah, that would be a toy, but it'd be a fun toy you could drive around. Yeah, and there were a lot of those around. Not huge numbers of them, but anytime I went into town and did something, I'd see a couple of them around.
Space Cat says it's 4 foot 4 inches wide.
They weren't real big. Subaru. Yeah, they called them Subaru. Do you remember that, Dan? Subaru, and then they became...
I don't know. Then they make pizza in the mall? Subaru?
Yeah, it's a different. It's almost same pronunciation. Subaru, and then they came out with Subaru Star, which was the first of the front drive. What then they called the quadrizontal engine. It was 4 cylinders horizontal, and they called it the quadrizontal engine back then. Okay, Tavo sent in a small car, I think he did. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, can you pull that up, please?
Put a Hayabusa in it.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? You think it'd do wheelies? that is a Holden Torana, which is an Australian car. I didn't know those were that small, but I guess they are. I used to get the Australian Street Machine magazine back in the 80s. Back when it was a magazine, they'd send it to me. I'd get it about a month after it came out in the mail. Sparrow, the pizza spot in the mall. Yeah, it was Subaru Booster Swap. Yeesh. Has Opel hubcaps. Those kind of look like it does. Dean Stevenson. It's a Swiss car with a 930 Porsche or 928 underneath and flip top Mark 1 VW Rabbit body on top. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Space Cat. There's one in the drag circuit with a blown 350 in it. Oh my God, I think you'd have to build a stronger frame underneath. Miguel, last night I see Speed Trap on CBS Tuesday Night Movies, 1979 on YouTube. It was so awesome, this movie. Tavo, 12-inch wheels. That has 12-inch wheels. It's in 1159 cc's. I remember seeing these in magazines, but I didn't know they were that small. Man. Yeah, that'd be okay car.
I don't understand what you mean by yarn, Luis. I'm confused. You're saying yarn, Rugrats Go Wild, please. I don't understand what yarning things means.
Can you look up?
What am I looking up?
Subaru Star, like 1970, something like that.
Okay, I'll see if it comes up. Is it
See if
with
it comes
two
up.
R's?
Subaru. I don't know. Star, S-T-A-R. Not Starlink.
Why did it bring up Starlink?
Because it
Subaru Star, was it a wagon, a car?
1970, just 1970. It was a car.
You're staring at me.
There it is. That is what came up after the little baby 360 Subarus. And that was the beginning of what they call the quadrizontal engine, which is the 4-cylinder opposed engines.
The boxers, like they have now.
Yeah, and that was the first of those Subarus. See, right there it says Subaru Star, 1970. It's an eBay, like an ad. It's like an ad on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a yarn is a story, Kim. See, I didn't understand that. The Carvana. More. Oh, here's some small cars. Yeah, those are small. Okay, let's do this. Let's send in what pictures we want and everything. But let's do something we haven't done before. Let's do cars from the Southern Hemisphere, which means Australia, New Zealand.
Where did that come from? Nobody even said that before.
No, I said it. Australia, New Zealand, South Africa.
So we're going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And then you also send in pictures of whatever you like.
We always want to see how your project's doing.
What else is down
Send us
under?
the same picture every week. We don't care. We always want to see
what you're doing with your own cars.
project, your cars, your driveway, your garage, your tools, your shop, whatever you're doing. Let us know. Send us some pictures. Absolutely.
They drive backwards.
Share it here.
They drive backwards.
They drive backwards.
They drive on the wrong damn side of the road, I'll tell you that.
They steer with the back wheels instead of the front.
The only thing I've ordered from Australia was a 6.5-foot red hide stock whip. Tasmanian Whipmaster.
That sounds cool.
Took 3 months to get
Who
it.
are you whipping, Bear Rose? Don't tell us because we'll get demonetized.
So pictures from 3 people. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we don't want to do that. South African airplanes. Oh, geez.
there's that. It's sort of niche.
Well, I want to get. See, Talos has plenty of contact there. South Africa had some pretty wild, unique models. Uh, I don't know. Does anybody else have any ideas?
Because somebody said Japanese cars, and we'd also only get stuff from like 1 or 2 people because it's very niche.
Okay, so somebody come up with something then. If you don't like my idea, come up with something.
Everyone's eccentric aunt has a Subaru. It's a thing.
So let's do this. Whatever we decide
Or
to
a
do, let's
U-Haul.
also include stuff from down under. What
That's
else?
Southern Hemisphere.
I know. Let's include that.
Oh, I see.
So,
You just like really like.
well, let's think about this now. There were cars up here from down there. There was a GTO up here. Man, I mean, that was quite a car. And that was what was that? Holden Monaro? They sold it up here with a Corvette engine in it. It's about the size of a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord. It was a fast car.
Mexican Spec says he already said his idea and he's going to do it anyway.
What is it? What was it? What was it?
I don't remember.
I already said my idea.
Everyone had a different idea. There was no consensus this week. We're really struggling.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have a theme. Maybe what we should do is
Hippie Long a Honda is also an excellent choice. I agree.
what about just your own projects, your neighbor's projects, some car you saw whizzing down the road and snapped a picture of it. Mexican Spec. Who cares about the newer GTO? That's a 20-year-old car. It's a 20-year-old car. Yeah, I know. It seems like a new car to me. But, Mexican Spec from 59 to 69. Yeah, that's quite a bunch of years there. And that would include a lot of good Australian cars.
Oh, he's giving us a range, right?
Steve Edwards is
Basically
here.
the 60s.
Steve Edwards is here. How you doing? Good evening.
Favorite car from the 60s. That's a lot of car. I guess, we could just do a decade as a night. That does give a wide range.
I really wanted one of those GTOs like from 04, 05, whatever it was. And the prices were, they're getting older, slowly coming down. It was about time I was going to be able to buy one. Man, all of a sudden the prices went, all of a sudden they just went crazy. It became like a cult car that I could never afford one after that. So it was like, okay, I waited too long. I really wanted one of those early 2000s GTOs. Yes, but we all would have to decide what was our favorite car each year. Kevin Smith, model car episode someday. Oh, we'll think about that one. Oh, I might have some model cars.
Yeah, I think we have to write that down. Or give me the paper. I'll write it on this piece of paper. That will come up.
What was I doing in my car?
We need more time than 1 week to prepare for a model car accident. Because I'll have to dig them out. And good luck.
What was the short I did? It was probably cleaning a head gasket, and I was doing it on a piece of wood on the back of my car. And somebody in the comments said they liked the CB antenna. They saw the CB antenna on the back of the car. Oh, I know who it was said that. I think it was Rick. RC Industries.
Oh, that's because we're doing CBs this year. Or we're gonna.
Yeah, I think everybody.
Last year we talked about it and we never did it.
I think everybody going into No Name Nationals that's into CBs is going to be on Channel 11 coming in there.
Kevin says there's a lot of great model car shows nowadays. I think it is. It's coming back around. People are slowing down in their.
What is this?
And just enjoying life again. Model car channels.
Oh.
Just modelers.
Space Cat says CB is cool. Really? See, I kind of like them.
He's embarrassed to like
them. But the thing is, it used to be, man, like in the 70s, and I don't know how it was in the 80s. I was pretty much done with CB by then. There's just so many people on all the time. You couldn't talk. And now it's pretty quiet, unless the Skips comes rolling in. But it's pretty quiet, so you go down the road and talk to each other. It's pretty easy now. So I kind of like them.
It's like lots of things. They're in style, they're in fad, everybody's doing it, and then they sort of fade out. Well, enjoy it either way. Just to do what you enjoy.
Buddy Carvajal, trunk of car is not a workbench, save the paint. Man, that's why I put that piece of wood down, and I wiped that wood all off before I set it there, because every flat space in the shop is full. And Kim's tired of me saying it. There's every workbench is full. And I'm walking around with something, trying to do something, I end up putting it on the trunk of my car.
And if we go up there with just the goal to clean,
We end up doing other stuff.
we don't like cleaning.
Well, my one little bench that I really like to save and have it clean all the time, you know the one. Now it's got a head on it. My
Cylinder head.
cylinder head's on it. So I got to finish it up. I did put studs in it. Some of them I got to finish putting the studs in it. String bullet. All right. Like Maxwell Klinger. He was from Toledo. Tavo, I started building plastic model cars at 6. I still have about 10 unmade. I have a few unmade. I have some Corvettes and a Dodge Charger. I have a 67 Charger. It's not built yet. Oh, we're still getting pictures.
We got some more pictures.
Well, Steve Edwards says he's sending some. I don't see them yet, but I'll wait till they come in.
Maybe a toy car from Wander Over Yonder Season 2. Ah, see, I've never seen that show. But when we do model cars, we will remind us, Luis.
Man, I wonder if my
We'll look
model
'em up.
cars are any good anymore. I know where they ended up.
Oh, out in the shed, maybe.
They're in the shed.
Oh, good Lord! It would
I
take me a
know.
month to get.
Well,
them.
and my former wife, anything that was not important to her went out there, and that was my stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, it's not dry out there. Well, I'm going to be really upset when we start pulling stuff out of there and I see all my things.
That's why I don't go in there, because I know if I start pulling stuff out, you'll be mad for days. I don't want to make you mad. It's no fun. You're not fun when you're mad. I like
Maybe
that.
I'll just be upset when I see all the stuff that got ruined. Model cars might be okay. Might not be okay.
We're not ready to do it.
I know.
We're not ready to do the episode on model cars, guys. Our model cars, the model cars that he has are buried.
Spec, yeah, the U.S. didn't need an Opel with a Cadillac name on it. Yeah.
We
Excuse me, I got a
have
cough
to
drop.
pick. I think we're gonna do. We're gonna do a filler week. We're gonna do 1960s cars, so 59 to 69, in that range.
You want to do that?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do Mexican Specs idea, 59 to 69, and that includes cars from down under.
Oh yeah, that would.
Please.
I've never seen those cars. So
Please.
give us, if you guys, somebody wants a research project.
Well, we
search
have
around
people.
and see what you
We
can
have
find
people there.
from the Southern Hemisphere, from the 60s. But we want to see your favorites. Maybe something unique that we haven't seen. 60 people like 60 cars.
I kind of like that he kept 59 in there. Oh,
That
here we
lets
go.
me get my
Edwards.
Dodge Dart's going to be in there. So you guys are going to have to
Steve Edwards.
sit through me showing you pictures. I'm going to take pictures of my car.
Steve Edwards' pictures of his car just showed up.
I'm going to take pictures of my car this week before next, so that I can show you my car really good. My 66
Okay, this
Dodge
is Steve
Dart.
Edwards' car.
Oh,
And
is it a Corvette?
it is a Corvette. It's a C4 Corvette.
Steve Edwards, thank you for sending us a picture of your Corvette.
With the
Check it out.
yellow and black upholstery.
I like it, though. I like
He's got
it.
the Corvette. Problem taking the steering wheel apart, which mine was always a problem.
Luke.
What the heck happened to my cursor? can't operate this, and I don't know why. Don't know why that changed. It's not doing anything. My mouse stopped doing.
Click over there instead.
I'm going to have to reload it because it's.
Oh, it woke up. It's back.
It was being an a-hole.
No, it's back. Oh, okay.
Yep. So.
Just 2 pictures?
What's this?
Is it just 2 pictures of the Corvette?
Just 2 pictures of the Corvette.
Very nice. Thank you. Do you guys like those wheels on the Corvette? My
Corvette had those same exact wheels.
I have a set of wheels almost just like that on that Nissan 300. I think they were trying to make it look Corvette-y.
I think Steve Edwards. I think Steve Edwards painted that car himself. I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, okay.
And
it's got the bra on the front.
Barrows. And if you have something from 59 to 69, send them to. Oh yeah.
You better.
Well, how come that didn't come up as a link? Why didn't that come? He's a mod. That should have come up as a link. I don't know why that didn't come up as a link.
I don't know. I'll try it again.
Is it a link?
Oh,
it did something stupid. Is that a link, Kim?
I don't know.
Can you click it and see if it works?
Yeah.
It is. Okay, so it's a link. Maybe his is too, and I just don't know
It
it.
just doesn't highlight it.
It isn't spelled right. Buffdell. Oh, it's not spelled right, and then you copy and pasted his misspelling in there.
I bet. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Guys, don't send stuff to Buffdell Camp.
Do not send
It's
that.
camp at gmail.com. And I've updated the link to the correct.
Okay, now let's see if that is a link. That appears to be a link. Okay, so yeah, get rid of just kill those other ones. Just destroy them. Remove. Where's the other one? Let's just Saber put up. Or Barrows put it up. Up there. Barrows put it up. Yeah. Okay, now the only one that's left is the correct one. Mexican Spec just put it up again. Yeah, remove that so people don't click on it. Okay, but I don't know why I'd want to get that, but maybe I will. I mean, I guess I could do that. Get that other address.
Oh, because sometimes people will get it wrong. And it looks like this. Buffdell Campo at gmail.com. Buffdell Campo. That's our website. Check out our website.
That's our.
We're also going to be live in the shop. I think Saturday night.
Saturday night for sure. We're going to do Saturday night.
Night's a winner. It seems like we get a lot of people.
I'm going to try to make that a commitment. 9 o'clock Saturday nights.
Just what I want to do every Saturday night is be in the shop, live streaming. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle.
And we may have other commitments. You know, something else I'm going to brag about because I feel pretty good about it. See this page up here where it says Buffdell Campo, and then right under that it says at Buffdell Campo, and it has 5,000 subs. Man, we went over 5,000 subs yesterday morning. I felt pretty good about that. So last year
over 2 million views.
2 million views. I said to Kim, last year at this time, I didn't have 500, and I was fighting to get 500 so we go to No Name Nationals and drive. So we're trying to get 500, and here I am, a year later with 5,000. I want to thank everybody for that because that's pretty cool, and all y'all are just really helped with that. So that's really good.
Mexican Spec, I realize now what you were saying in your comment, and I deleted it before I understood it.
Oh, I understand.
So sorry.
I understood it. I just didn't want people clicking on it. I understood exactly what he said to also get that email address.
Okay.
Barrow says, and you were scared you could get 500.
Well, we struggled. It took us 2 years to get the first 500.
I remember being at like 360, and I'm going.
We couldn't get to 500 the first year.
That's 360 hard-earned subscriptions. It was really difficult. And then we got up over, like, we were up to about like 460, something like that. And then John Wilburn had one of those things where he helps you get subscriptions. Man, that put us right over 500. So,
Steve Edwards, you're at 300 subscribers. If you just keep doing your best work,
this is what you do.
Just keep improving the quality of your work.
I'll tell you what you do.
Then it goes.
This is what John Wilburn gave us kind of a what do you call it?
A challenge.
A challenge. He says for 30 days to do one short a day for 30 days. I said, okay. I did one short a day for 30 days. And then I said, hell with it. I'm going to do one short a day from now on. That's how I did this. One short a day, every day. And some of them are good. Some of them are not so good. Some of them that I didn't think were worth a darn. I got like 40,000 hits on them. Other ones that I thought were really good that I put a little time into, I got like 60 hits. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it. But just the steady
practice.
One short a day forever. That's how you do it.
Give yourself a manageable goal for 30 days. That will teach you how to do shorts. It will give you an idea of what kind of response you get. Shorts bring in subs, but not view time. That's absolutely true. You're only going to be trying to get.
But when you get the subs, you do start getting more views. But if you're going to build a channel,
over time,
you need subs. Stray Bullet says he has one subscriber. Well, I mean, if you're putting up videos, you're probably going to have more than that. I don't know, Stray Bullet, if you put up videos or not.
Hippie Long. I'm not sure what the rules are about showing stats, but we could do that. We're not going to do that tonight.
No, and there's some rules about that. We're not supposed to stick that stuff up there.
Really? Yeah. I don't know what the rules are, so we'll have to see what we're allowed and not allowed to do. But I'm not opposed to discussing stats, maybe not monetary stats. We'd have to maybe be careful.
Kevin, sometimes I get so irritated with YouTube because I'll really put some effort into something and it doesn't do well. And I think it's something good. And then another time I'll just put some trash up there and I get, I'm like, Kim, look at this. We got all these views. I don't know what happens. We're always talking about this stuff. There's times I say, something big political happens. And man, I'm inundated with all these videos about some stupidity political crap. And then my videos don't do very well. And I think what happens is sometimes we get overwhelmed with that stuff. And when there's nothing in the news, maybe that's when my videos do better because people click on my videos instead of the stupidity, the news, the political news. So or if there's an airplane crash, all of a sudden mine take a nosedive for a week, because everybody's clicking on all the experts that know why the airplane crashed, which is probably not why it crashed. So I don't know. I really don't know. I just guess. What happens. I just keep going. Oh, Mexican Specs has 1,800 now. Excellent.
It's like so many things. You can watch all kinds of things on how to do it and best practices and try this and try that. Until you do it, there's so much more to be learned by the actual practice of doing. You have to do and fail. You have to do something terribly. It's the very first step in doing something good. Is like you do it badly and you say, oh, what did I do wrong? And then you work on the things and it takes time. Very few people are successfully instantly. And usually those people, they burn out quickly because it came too easily.
Mexican Spec says, I can't get 100 views on a long form video. We don't get anywhere near the views on a long form that we do on a short.
Sometimes we get 1,000 or
sometimes we
2,000.
Sometimes we do.
But Mexican Spec, if you started talking and 100 people entered the room to listen to you talk, is that a lot? Have you ever spoke to a room with 100 people in it?
In reality, walk into a room and start talking to 100.
Like, don't dismiss 100 views. That's 100 people who wanted to see what you had to say. Just build on it.
Kevin Smith says
Build on
most folks don't like videos over 12 minutes. Here's the thing: you're not going to get any mid what do they call it, mid-roll ads until you're over 8 minutes. So, and some people do like videos that are 12, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know. And then shorts, I guess you can do shorts up to 3 minutes now, but I never do that. We do them at 1 minute or less. And my shorts are usually 30 seconds to 45, maybe 50 seconds, something like that.
Okay, I have an idea for Mexican Spec. Because you're right, 100 views will not get you monetized in your lifetime. My Mexican Spec, you're trying to run a business.
You got two things going.
And you're trying to market cars.
Trying to sell
That's
cars.
not what YouTube does, right? So look at what YouTube does. And YouTube's here for like education and entertainment. Make an educational or entertainment video, right? Do a showcase on one of the cars, one of the ones you own, something unique and sort of eye-catching, right? Make sure you got a really nice flashy thumbnail, a good title all about such and such Mexican Spec car, right? Don't try and sell the car. Just get lots of high quality images and video of the car, show it running, talk about the engine, talk about all the features, what makes it unique from an American car, like what it's like does about cars, but do it specifically to that Mexican Spec car. Make a couple of videos like that, right?
He's got a disadvantage in one way, is that's that the car isn't there. He's got to travel some
But
distance.
he owns some neat cars.
Yeah, he's got to travel some distance in some of those cars.
No, he has cars in his backyard.
But that means he's got to put it together, Yeah, I mean, he could do the ones in his backyard.
Yeah, start with what's right in front of you. Tell us about it. Make sure it's super high quality, because live streams on your phone, they're hard to watch. They're shaky. That's ours.
You were doing Mexican Spec was doing a live stream. And he's got the camera just pointed at an old Chevrolet, and I don't remember what the other car is. A car that doesn't have a top on it. It's behind the Chevy Caprice or Impala or whatever it was. And it sat there, and you can hear him talking with Mrs. Mexican Spec, and they're going on and on and on, and I'm like, I'm listening to it, but I'm really not looking at it. And then he swings the camera over to a couple of cars that are next to it, which were pretty interesting, and he's walking along and showing that car, and that's when I started paying attention, because he was actually walking around with the camera. And then it was like, oh, look at this, The same thing with the lives where you stop somewhere on a trip, and then you're showing the car in a parking lot and you're walking around it. That's when I really start paying attention. I don't know if I'm a good connoisseur of your stuff or not, but I really like that. Yeah,
try making a long form content, which is the wide view, right? Make it as high a quality as possible. Make it short and to the point. Fill it with as much information as possible. See if it helps. See if it's better, right? I'm not against any of the content. Keep making the content that you're making. It's not bad, but it's not necessarily what's going to grow your channel or bring in a lot of view time.
Well,
right? But there's niche people. The people who like your channel already like what you're doing. So don't stop what you're doing. But I'm saying that to me is something that your channel is missing. It's like a gap in your channel that might be very good. If you could.
But one a day. I don't know. He puts up a lot of content, because I said.
You moved your chair and now we're disconnected. Oh, we're reconnected.
There may have been a glitch there. We got disconnected for a second.
Sorry if there's a gap, guys.
We may have been disconnected for a couple seconds.
Anyone who has a YouTube Premium subscription so that they don't get advertisements, and you've been watching this whole time, had no opportunities to get points, I'm awarding you 4 points for being here right now and for being a premium subscriber to YouTube, because that supports us as well. And I thank you for your YouTube Premium subscription. Turbine failure. Yeah. It was just a glitch. It was just a fuel injections.
Every once in a while, this thing
Problem.
glitches like this. Doesn't do it every live stream, but about every third or fourth live stream, we get a glitch in it, and I don't know why.
All right, so guys, take a minute this week sometime, film it, and they will come. Absolutely. Yeah. Get your tripod out and stick your camera on it so it's nice and steady. Set your camera to the highest quality video for just maybe 8 or 10 minutes tops, and just make the best. Even take a moment and edit it so that if you stutter or make a mistake, cut that out so it's nice and wham. A couple of videos like that. Because otherwise people will see your videos and always think, well, it's just a live stream. It's an hour long. I don't have time to watch the whole thing.
Barrows is right here. If you do a 5-minute video and people watch it for 2.5 minutes, YouTube sees that as 50% retention. And that is really good, because that's something I was really disappointed with at first, looking at the analytics, is I'd see the chart just goes like this. And after 15 or 20 seconds,
most people click away.
They click away.
It has to
and
absolutely grab their attention.
I'm like, why is everybody just clicking away?
You got to get right into what you're going to do. Be concise.
I had no idea 50% was really good. 50% is wonderful. So a lot of people don't have the, whatever. They don't watch the whole thing. They click out. Short attention span. And to me, I was real disappointed with that, but I kind of got used to it.
That's why so many YouTubers have crashes and explosions and jumps right at the beginning, because you got to grab people. You got to pull them in. And, it's tough to keep up that energy.
Sometimes I get really angry with the whole situation. I'll tell Kim, I said, instead of working on these cars, I said, just get out the camera. I'll drive one into a tree at 60 miles an hour. I said, then we'll get views.
We'll get views, yeah.
They'll ruin something. Because the ruiners are the ones that really get the views. But I don't want to ruin stuff, because I don't like to ruin stuff. I like to fix stuff that was ruined. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I like is going to work well, but try to make it. Grease
on
Monkey,
the shorts feed,
I watch good content for an hour, no problem. This is another thing. When I get in bed, I turn on something. I'm looking for something that's an hour or more, because I sit up in bed and I watch it, and eventually I'll fall asleep. But I probably watch, whoever put it up gets the whole view if I fall asleep. But I want something that goes on for an hour. And when I'm just clicking through it, things like, I don't know what, I might only want to watch for 3 or 4 minutes.
And when I'm eating my snacks and I'm going to have stuff on my fingers so I can't be typing my keyboard, I put on Mortsky Repair. Because he has hour and a half long videos.
These are long.
And he's going to talk all about stuff and show you this and wrench on that and struggle with this or whatever. And I know exactly what I'm going to get from Mortsky Repair. He's going to work on some old car. He's going to talk to the old guy in the back of the shop who's working on an engine. He's going to piece some stuff together out of the yard.
And Tavo's right. Long intros switch me off. Me too. I watched an intro that goes on for 1.5 minutes. I'm gone before the intro's over.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to watch that. I want to watch something where they get right into it. Whatever they're doing, they get right into it. If I want to watch long intros and commercials, I guess I can turn the TV on. I don't do that anymore.
We learned about things like there's a social agreement between.
Oh, Luis is taking off. Take care, man.
Good night. There's a social agreement between us and the viewer, right? Like when you come here, you know that we're going to give you something. We're going to give you a feeling, or we're going to entertain you in a way. You have an expectation, right? And if we don't meet that expectation, especially if we repeatedly don't meet that expectation, you're not coming back. We missed our chance. You've really got to tell people what you're going to give, and then you got to deliver. And if you meander and you never get to the point, you don't tell people, short attention span. You got to say, tonight we're going to show you lots of pictures of old cars and we're going to talk with viewers. And so now people know that's what we're going to do. And then if we don't do that, we talk about something else and we don't show you cars.
Video of your Mazda crash. Buddy Carfon says, video of your Mazda crash would have got 1 million views.
There is no video.
What was the first question I asked you after the crash?
Did you get that on video?
She says no.
No, I was driving.
She was driving down the road.
Oh,
why would she have a camera on?
I have nightmares of it though.
Going down a straight road.
I never want to see it again.
Oh man. Yeah, I saw it from the inside. All I saw was gravel and noise. That was like quite a ride. It just went on and on and on and
Mexican
on.
Spec likes junkyard jigs. He used the rule of three. He has 3 revs in his video. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah, you know they're going to rev some engines, right? You know they're going to pull some old, big American car out of a garage. They're going to
What's
fix the brakes. They're going to turn the drums.
what's
They're going
my
to make
answer?
jokes and sell you t-shirts. I love drum brakes. And what else? They have a bunch of t-shirts. They have a beer about it. They're going to say their sayings.
What's
They're
my
going
intro? On shorts. Which
Buff
one?
Del
Buff
Campo
Del
here.
Campo here. But it's me saying it right then. It's not like a clip of that. You know, I just go, Buff Del Campo here, hoping that the new people remember who I am. But anyway, well, I think we said
Oh,
enough.
Bear Rose says Big Production TV has even dropped intros.
Who watches that?
They know it's a killer. Yeah. If you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times.
My biggest
It's
pet peeve.
branding, but it's not. It's just not that.
Yeah.
Put it down on the side. If people really want to watch it, the other thing is sometimes I'll put really niche sort of kitschy stuff at the end. Like if people have stayed this long, they probably want to see it.
Barrow says my personal biggest pet peeve is AI generated stuff. I click out of that crap so fast. And
No,
some
he
of it,
doesn't. He watches
I'll
it.
start to watch it and I'll go, wait a minute, this is AI. I'm out of
I
it.
started yelling at it. I'm like, that's AI. I hear it from the other room. It's that voice. It's like drones. It has no inflection.
It's like, why is this person? I'll leave a comment sometimes. I hate to do that because that encourages them. I'll put a comment in there. Use your own voice. You know? It's like, why don't you use your own voice? You might not make so many mistakes.
Kevin Smith doesn't like it when Vice Grip Garage makes up words. Like that's his whole bit, though. He makes up
Yeah,
some
that's-
funny words like sparkulators or lightning coil, lightning hoses and stuff like that. That's just what he does. I don't know. That's
I've always looked
that's his comedy.
I've always looked at
A lot of people
spark plug
like it.
wires as hoses because they look like hoses. But then he would say it, and I think, yeah. At first I thought he's silly, but then
But I've seen his bit a bunch of times. There's very little new. But I mean, some days that's comforting.
Tavo says I give those this before you click away. This and this tell YouTube the same thing. People are watching.
I think if you
And
get
they
enough
push it out.
down votes, I think they.
I don't know. They used to show you how many downvotes. Now they don't show you.
Well,
they just
we
show
can
a
tell by the percentage how many
You
downvotes
have to
we
look
got.
at how many views you got, and then you got to look at how many ups, and then you got to guess how many people did one or the other. I don't know. It shows you a percentage.
Mexican Spec says, I understand the AI voice. I have a hard time recording the audio. I have to do it many times to get things wrong. See, I think there is a time and a place for AI voice. I don't think it's horrible, but I think there are people who are against it, like don't like it. My real problem is the AI slop. Somebody takes a Wikipedia page, turns it into a script, has AI read it, has AI make a slideshow of videos that just like zoom into a corner and then zoom into a corner on another. Like, it's slop. It's nothing new. It's like a histodoc sort of. It's just garbage for the mind. It's really, really, really video junk food. And like, I think that people can do better. And it drowns out real creators.
Mexican Spec, I know your voice on there, and I know who you are. So it's your voice is good. If you make a mistake or something, that's all right. And that's something I don't like doing.
Yeah, you're a person. You're real. It's good, but you're real.
Is redoing a video, and Kim and I redo a lot of videos. She goes, "Don't get mad at me if I want to redo it." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And sometimes we'll do 3 shorts or 4 before we get the one we're going to use. And
sometimes he gets better
okay.
as he practices, but other times as he does it the second or third, or if we get, then he starts to kind of be robotic, and then it's no good. It's like just use the last take. We're good. That's it. Because you don't want to be too rehearsed. It's a fine line. I don't know.
Yeah, and AI stuff, get a lot of it's wrong, like Talos says. A lot of it's wrong. I look at stuff and I go, wait
It
a minute.
annoys me when AI inserts irrelevant clips and photos. Right, they're just using stock stuff. right? They pay for a monthly subscription to 1 million stock photos, and then AI just fills in the blanks. It's like it's
That's right.
slop.
Mexican Spec, you're real. And
Yeah,
when I
just
listen
be
to you,
real.
I know that.
Anybody
You know?
who's that critical has already clicked away anyways, Mexican Spec. We know you. We like you. We want to hear what you have to say. If you stumble over a word or something like that, it's not that
Well, on
critical.
AI mispronunciations, they can put your I start hearing all the mispronunciations on AI, or they get the end of a line, and then they start the next line, but the next line is the end of this sentence, and they pronounce it like it's the beginning of the next sentence. It's like, what? Come on. They pause in the wrong place, and it's horrible. I can't. I just
Grease Monkey says he likes this channel and he doesn't. You comment some. We appreciate you being here. Oh, Miss One Eyed Cat is here. Wow, you came way at the end, but we're glad you're here.
where is she?
You know, we went
Oh,
over
there she
3
is.
hours talking
Yeah,
about
we weren't
everything.
gonna go over 3 hours.
We were
went over
gonna
3 hours.
stop at like 2.5. Oh well.
Tim, I wish I get AI to actually install things on my car and well, they put it on backwards or upside down or get it wrong and then claim they're right.
AI will never work on classic cars. You'll never be able to get your computer to work on not in our lifetime. Get your computer to a robot or whatever to work on your classic cars. It's exclusively going to be a human thing for the rest of our lifetimes. So we should enjoy it. We have ownership of that. They can't take that away. Custom cars, AI is not going to actually build custom cars. 3D printing and stuff like that, it's still a very human integrated sort of thing. It's not going away. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's something that we have that can't be taken from us.
Okay, so next week, 59 to 69 cars, and of course your own cars and your own garages, your own tools.
Let's see something
your own people
that we haven't seen before.
Or like Dean Stevenson has done. Yeah. I thought he had a drone. He's taking a picture down a road, a highway. And I said, man, what, you got a drone or what? He goes, no, I was on an overpass. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, overpasses. I forgot all about those. So a street where you drive, anything.
You're asking an old man to remember a lot of names. He struggles with names all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're out of here.
Everybody, all right, we'll see you guys Saturday for sure. We might even be in Thursday or Friday for a little bit. But we'll definitely be live on Saturday from the shop. We probably start around 9 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, Saturday at 9.
Yeah,
9 Central in the U.S.
Yeah. Come hell or high water, we'll be in the shop. Maybe we'll get your car finished by then. I think we'll be close by then to getting your car back to running. All right.
Oh, I'll get to drive my car again.
Did we forget anything?
I don't know. I think.
Thanks to our moderators, Kevin and Mexican Spec, Rose. You guys have been great.
Tavo and Mexican Spec have it right. Adios.
Good night, everybody. I got to keep talking because